interview on purpose there.
Get gurked.
All right, welcome everyone to another episode of the Astartes Anonymous podcast. We have today a funny topic for you, where we are talking about the. We are simply going to judge and rank the drip and pure swag.
Pure swag.
Of
The
these chapters.
drippiest Space Marines ranked.
I hate you, Sarah. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna come to Scotland tomorrow, and I'm gonna get you.
And if at any point during this stream you feel a warmth and a wetness building up between your thighs, understand, it's only normal. It's only human.
Fuck.
What a start.
What a start. So yes, my name is Lucas, or better known as Moots. These are my co-hosts.
I am Tom, better known as Tom. I pay Lucas's paychecks.
When he's not doing the intros, he's unhinged, man.
Hey, I'm Zarek, the wage cuck.
I'm Aaron, also the wage guy.
Yeah, there we go. And no follow up to that, man.
Oh, I could hear the loading screen, you know.
The modem dial-up.
I got so thrown off from your fucking unhinged statement, Tom, that I just forgot what I was going to say.
Pity the man who's never felt the warmth swelling up between his thighs, honestly.
Everyone point, stare, and commiserate. I'm sorry,
Tom.
Aaron.
Tom, I'm pretty sure that's just your hyperhidrosis, mate. Like,
Oh, no, I pissed myself 5 minutes ago.
It's going to become a very cold warmth very soon.
Right, yes. We have models of the week to talk about. How about that? Yeah.
Please.
maybe.
Zarek, you
Maybe.
Zarek, you want to start us off?
Yeah. So my choice is this Canoptech Circle by Sirius Juan Forte. I picked this one because I really respect people who take on fucking building this thing. I built one for a friend recently. Not that Cryptek is ass to build. I gotta be so real here. It's awful. It has like 2 contact points with the ground.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
the staff and the very bottom of like the centipede body. It is so wobbly, but I have to say the work done on that like Noctilith obelisk, like on the Cryptek, absolutely beautiful. The energy feels rippling as well as on the little projection. Absolutely stellar. The blade is carrying, also incredible. All the OSL, lovely, on point, no complaints. Beautiful.
Great
built
edge
team.
highlighting.
Yeah, my only complaint, which is obviously a very minor complaint, is the default grey dry brush more grey base. It works. It doesn't look bad because it's very much a case of, hey, please don't look at the base, look at the models. But it's like it's infinitely better than Aaron, who just never paints his bases.
I do paint my bases.
You've got 40
Poxwalkers.
Poxwalkers testifying otherwise.
I'll stay that way. No, Tom, I'll give them to you to paint the base for, yeah?
Yeah, I'll make the models actually look good whilst I'm at it.
Oh, yeah.
They don't deserve a base.
So
This
really,
looks great. This looks great. I love the sort of the green on the stave.
yeah,
The way it's kind of blending in and around.
the blending is
that's
great.
a really good job. Yeah.
The only complaint I have is that this Canoptech circle is unfortunately not in a circle.
What do you mean? They're all on circular bases, loser. Those are circles.
Yeah, but they're not in a circle. You know, they're not standing.
You're right. 5,000 points deducted.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sirius Juan Forte. You're going in the bin. Bye-bye.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you very much, Sirius. Moving on, Aaron, do you want to present to us your choice here?
cool ass spider turret from Kotoy.
Spoiler.
Spider. Tom was saying, "Oh no, but the Vicatrix Guard are right there," and I was like, "Suck out, loser."
Well, it was by the
Fucking
same guy.
spider turret.
Kotoy did a really great Vitrix Guard. Like, all right, whatever. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. Yeah, go on.
Spider turret's fucking cool. It looks devious. I love him.
It does.
I really don't mind this model at all. Either a terrain piece or a playable piece. I think it's quite cool. You pick it up and the legs fold down like an actual wet noodle. It's quite entertaining.
It's actually quite
it's much
cool,
bigger than you think it is.
It's quite a cool model because I saw a lot of people, not a lot, but I saw a couple of people kind of complaining about the design language of it when it came out, thinking it just seemed a bit weird. But those people hadn't quite realized that when this model came out, what they'd basically done was taken the side turrets that you see present on the Fire Raptor gunship, as well as on the Stormbird carrier, and they took those huge side turrets and went, okay, well, let's take them off the ship and give it legs, and that's basically what this is. It's a Fire Raptor gunship turret, but on the ground. It's a very cool little thing.
It's very cool, and I think it's really cool as well if you look at the little bits of OSL where you see that there's a slight the light obviously produces that effect on the turret just underneath it, but it's so subtle that it does not take over in any way. Wonderful degradation of the stripes, and I assume Kotoy has been going in with a hobby knife of some sort to make the scratches on it as well. It used and abused like most Iron Warrior things. It looks really, really cool.
For sure, yeah. Really good job.
Those decals in particular, like that little symbol on the front, some of the text on those legs itself that's been weathered in, it's blended in so nicely.
Yeah, great job. Really great job.
Great job, Kotoy.
Good.
Moving on, we will pick a main, and this is a Votan by Rock Brownie. I forget what the exact unit is called. It's the leader unit. I have one of these.
The
Karl. Yes, that's the word.
The Karl.
Rock and stone. All right.
Oh, you're not coming out.
I really like this. I think it's a really bold choice to go with such bold colors. Really,
so much warmth from this model.
Yeah, so much warmth, and at the same time, the OSL from the lava that goes up on its leg and the bottom half of it looks really nice. And also yellow and blue, Sweden colors. Hell yeah.
IKEA Marines. Yeah, the base does so much heavy lifting for this model. It's so vibrant. It's one of those things that even you see it completely across the board, you still kind of just want to stop and take a look at it. Yeah, really good job.
And lava bases are fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
They are hard work. So much glazing, mixing and layering.
We'll get to the glazing later in just a sec when we get to the meat and potatoes of this episode. But yes, no, it's very true. Yeah, it's one hell of a good job on the base and the mini. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. I always loved the fact that the Karls, and I don't know if it's all Karls, but I like that you have the option with the Karls to have a belt feed for their storm bolters. I just think that's a very cool little thing that I'd like to see more of. You used to see it quite a bit because you have belt fed stuff for the aggressors, but I always thought their belt feed things looked a little bit OTT. And then they had the belt feed from Arnis Calgar, which did look good. But I'll tell you what they used to do for Forge World. You could buy resin belt feeds. Then they basically had instructions like, hey, either with some hot water or a blow dryer, you can reshape this belt feed to fit just about anything.
Yeah,
and I really miss those. Those were so cool. I mean, you can still get stuff like that online, right? I don't know if Games Workshop do still sell them. I don't think they do because we are well into Horus Heresy 3rd Ed, and this is obviously a Horus Heresy 1st Ed thing. But I just love belt feeds, right? Belt feeds are MVP.
They're the jam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, great stuff. Rock Brawny, Rock Rally. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very cool.
indeed. Thank you very much. And moving on now to your pick here, Tom.
So, as per usual, I picked the best one from the best person on this list, who is actually, I mean, you can tell they're the best because they're one of our patrons. So thank you very much for your patronage, Castle. So this is Castle's Elfarius, killing some actual loser in yellow armor, some actual fucking cheese marine on the ground there, dead ass,
Triplets, if you will.
Honestly, dead boy. But no, I think it looks really cool. I love the super vibrant greens he's gone for. I think that was what drew my eye, funnily enough, to this model. Like the backpack just sort of sitting there, these lovely jade greens contrasting with the teal/turquoise that is Alfarius' armor. But then you sort of look closer and realize that there's actually a shitload of blacks and grays he's used as well.
Yeah.
But they don't serve to take away from these colors. They just serve to like make them look more powerful. And obviously, the edge highlighting is done on the glaive. Really good. Really good. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful model. I think it's a lovely little mini Primarch diorama. And we got mini Primarch dioramas for all the Primarchs, but this is exceptionally good. And fuck the Imperial Fists, I guess.
No, I agree, and I'm really impressed by the transition in color on the Shadow Marine. The going from the darker to the slightly redder over to the yellow looks really, really nice. Wonderful painted shadows. Looks really natural.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, I mean, if I was going to put a lot of effort into painting an Imperial Fist, he would be dying. Yeah, exceptional job, Castle. Yeah, really good one.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, everyone. And if you'd like to get your model showcased in one of our weekly, bi-weekly episodes, drop by into the Discord, show us your minis, and you might have a chance to show up here as well. So don't be shy. Come on in. Yes. I don't know why I said it that way. But yes, moving on to the meat and potatoes of the episode. We are, of course, talking about which chapter has the most drip, the most swag, the most style. And we are, of course, the predominant judges and experts even in all things tier list material in 40k. So
masters of 40k slop content.
Let's get sloppy.
Oh yeah, we're getting sloppy, all right. So we have.
Did you use my fucking Sons of Medusa model as one of the fucking little things down there?
I did, yes. As I start recording, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Because there's no Sons of Medusa art besides
there's like nothing.
You guys are fucking melts. What? You just straight up took my Sons of Medusa model. I made that in 2022?
Yeah, I remember that guy.
And you've just
seeing him broken in your office as well.
Yeah. Bro, okay, cool.
Your favorite models, where are they now?
Why didn't you just use the Constantine Void artwork of that model?
I was considering it, all right.
Source material and whatnot,
But we already had the Lamenters by Constantine Void, so I was like,
we're already showing off Constantine Void. We might as well commit to the bit.
All right. We live and we learn. Okay.
How's it going, Constantine? We show off some more of your stuff, but Mook's got cold feet. I'm shaking my head. Wait, where's the Lamenter here? I don't know.
He's just jealous, man. Don't worry about it.
There it is.
Yeah, so you got all this fan art, and then boom, we got one Constantine Void in the middle. Not all this fan art, sorry, all this official artwork even, and then just that in the middle, and then fucking Sons of Medusa off to the right. Madness.
He's chilling.
He's so stumpy.
He's just a boy.
I love him.
We all love him very much.
Crazy shit.
He's,
all right, go on then.
So stumpy. So yes, so here we have the list, and we have so here are the classes, or whatever it's called, tiers. That's what it's called. The tiers. It is at the very bottom. We have Arid. This is no drip, no swag. These guys are styleless. Maidenless. Nothing interesting going on.
It's where the Space Wolves are going.
Every Scandinavu just stood up when you said that.
And of course, I want to preface this, because this is obviously all subjective. This is our own personal style, opinions.
It is objective fact, yes.
My,
Correct.
my co-host's opinions might be subjective. Mine, however.
And above that, we have damp. So it's like, it's better than nothing, right? But, it's pretty far from the top.
Like my pants right now. Don't worry,
It's
we'll get there,
approximate to drip, but not quite there.
Exactly. Following that up with drizzle, which obviously is the middle of the road here. It's like, you see the style, you see they tried, but it's not really there yet. Then we have downpour. Now this is where we're getting into the good stuff, right? This is like, oh yeah, this got style. This got style, swag, personality. But
aren't we so cool? Aren't we so cool, guys?
Exactly.
Aren't we with it?
My 6 on the Norwood scale isn't going to stop me from interacting with the young folk and being radical.
Oh my god.
And of course, at the very top, we have the torrential drip. Now, the top tier here went through a couple of name changes, but
We won't speak of it.
We won't speak of it. We finally decided on torrential drip anyway, and obviously, this is creme de la creme, the top tier. This is it's the drip that everyone looks up to. Everyone, it's their drip that that everyone else, just sort of takes the trickle down.
It quenches your thirst. Let's go with
Exactly.
that.
No. I mean, like the drip trickles down from this tier onto everyone down below them, right?
Past your thighs and your knees.
Exactly.
Like that warm feeling spreading down your trouser leg slowly to your ankles and then into your shoe.
No.
Hopefully onto the Swedish person seated beneath you.
I do not like this. Take me home. All right. So, and first up, we have the Blood Angels.
Right. Might as well get hated first. That's a solid damp.
Solid
Oh.
damp.
That's a solid damp.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not rocking with the red, the gold, the blood.
I don't mind the colors. The
angels.
colors are
Okay.
fine, right? But the colors for all of these are fine. Okay.
Mm.
Now, if this were a Horus Heresy list, you could put forward that one Praetor who's like dripped up to the 9s, right?
Yeah.
We ain't talking about that. This is a 40k list, and I'm afraid their shit is boring as fuck. Outside of like Mephiston, who I will admit, Mephiston is fucking baller. Mephiston
Yeah.
looks
I'll
like
agree
he's
with that.
ready to go to a gala or kill someone, and you can't really tell which, and that's fine.
Yeah.
He's got muscle fiber embossed armor, which is kind of fucking radical. Yeah.
It's metal as
Mephiston.
fuck.
Savage, absolute savage. However, for every one Mephiston, there are 25 Primaris Sanguinary Guard.
Tom, consider Captain Tycho. Fucking master of drip over there. With his
Yeah, but
gold,
for every
his little
one
silver golden half
Captain
mask, I forget what it
Tycho,
is.
there's 25 Primaris Sanguinary Guard.
The exceptions do not make the rule. Here's a point here.
And it's a tough one as well. Like, we can put them aside, right? And we can just look at their rank and files. You get a rank and file Space Wolf. Like they've always got something going on. You got to take a rank and file Blood Angel, and it's like, hey, it's just red Ultramarines.
It really feels that way. I think a lot of I forget who it was that said it, but someone said like the Blood Angels were sacrificed so that the Dark Angels and the Space Wolves could get more swag. Actually, I think it was
Yeah.
Croc who said that. Now that I think about it,
I could hear him screaming now.
God rest his soul.
Well, look. I do agree. the current range for Blood Angels is definitely lacking, but I think we'd be remiss not to mention the old, like, Firstborn upgrade kit for Blood Angels that could let you turn every single model in a tactical squad into a fully realized different character. I remember at the time, they were the peak of Firstborn design.
No, for sure. And it's funny you bring that up because, like, it's stuff like that that's in my mind. I'm like, okay, this is a high damp, low drizzle, right? Because they do have swag. They do not have it in the competitive abundance that a lot of their competitors on this list have. You know,
it's really funny you mentioned Firstborn, Zarek, because again, this is 40k. There are no Firstborn left.
Well, what is a Firstborn? Didn't you know there was Primaris at Armageddon, Zarek? What are you talking about?
It don't matter anymore, man.
The fourth war never happened. The fourth war for Armageddon never happened.
What are you talking about? It was, but you got a point. That those old upgrade sprues were really, really good. The idea that you could just have. I mean, we do have the new upgrade sprue, which kind of mimics it in a far more neutered capacity.
Yeah.
But I think when you think of the Blood Angels now, you do not think of the style. It's just hey, red.
Yeah, they suffered a lot.
It's red and Sanguinary Guard come to mind. That's it.
Yeah. But again, Tycho, Mephiston, Dante, these guys are so fucking sensational. It keeps it from being like too close to the bottom. I think they're so like those guys are absolutely amazing.
I think so too.
They're so visually iconic, not just to the Blood Angels, but to like 40k in general. And certainly some of their older artworks have helped make sure that 40k has maintained that gothic identity, especially when you look at like between 4th and 6th ed iterations of artworks. There's an old Mephiston artwork from around that period in time.
You mean the John Blanche one?
No, a bit later. I don't think it was Adrian Smith or John Blanche. I can't remember who it was, but it's the one that it might have been Adrian Smith, but it was the one that they based his alternative pose for his Primaris model off of. And he doesn't look like a space marine in that artwork. He just looks like just looks like some sort of vampire lord. And it's like, oh, that's kind of fucking sensational. Not going to lie. So I think we keep him out of Arid. I think even though I'm prepared to dog on them a bit for Primaris Sanguinary Guard, I will not accept Arid. I think that's a bit too far. But I can't. I personally would struggle to get him outside of damp. I could take a low drizzle.
I think I completely agree with most of that. I think for me, what brings them up to at least maybe high damp, low drizzle is twofold. It's the characters, as we mentioned, awesome characters. And also the Death Company. I think Death Company are cool as fuck, and the chaplains as well. I think they have cool chaplains. But
they do have some cool chaplains, don't they? The Blood Angel Jump Chaplain is the old one is kind of savage. I did forget about him.
But for every single chaplain, there's 25.
But there's not, though. There's very few of them, and then there's there are 50.
No, there are 25. We're going. I will get you this. I will pull up the 7th edition Blood Angels chapter structure sheet. There are 25 Sanguinary Guard.
Not for every one. Not for every notable character of the Blood Angels.
There's not like 2 Mephistons. There's not 2 Tychos.
Yeah, but there's a Mephiston, a Dante, a Blood Angels captain. Sorry, Jump Chaplain.
Well, I mean, it's true. For every Dante, there is 25.
That's not entirely untrue.
For every Mephiston, there is 25. Where's the lie?
There were 25 Sanguinary Guard.
You're right. I'm beating you up the head with the 7th edition Blood Angels chapter structure sheet.
Yeah, what we're talking about. That's what the Firstborn were dead.
Yeah, well, this is actually, get fucked, loser. This is after they were reinforced after the devastation of Baal.
Baal.
So shut up, loser. I'm gonna put this in podcast references, and you can zoom in on the Sanguinary Guard section. You can zoom in at that text at the top left. Out here with a bunch of amateurs. There you go. Wrap your fucking talons around that. Here can be seen the composition of the rebuilt Blood Angels chapter in the wake of the Battle of Baal. 25 Sanguinary Guard!
Oh fuck it! Oh, the fucking 7th edition coming in there. They fucked that timeline so badly. They fucked that timeline so bad.
Oh God.
Anyways, jury, I rest my case.
Why is it 25?
Why do we need 25? Right.
It's unnecessary.
So I'm ready to put them in high damp, I think. What do y'all think?
I say drizzle on behalf of the firstborn range.
I'm kind of on the damp train.
I'm malleable. I can take a low drizzle or a high damp. I think I was thinking high damp, but then I started thinking about that Mephiston artwork from like 3rd or 4th ed, and it's fucking.
But you're not thinking about the 25 saying
Firstborn upgrade! Firstborn upgrade!
The exceptions are not the rule, people.
And again, we're not just talking about the minis, though, right? We are talking about like just appearance in general, because not all of these chapters have their own minis. We have to consider the general canon of their appearance.
Huh?
500 sanguinary guards.
Well, I know, I see what you mean, but the problem is if we're going down that avenue, then we are really just like, okay, well, they're one of those chapters where their rank and file dudes are like very visually speaking, very codex compliant, with the exception of blood vials and the occasional unique battle honor. So in that case, I would be stuck in damp for sure.
I mean, the issue here is when you think of everything in Blood Angels, not just the exceptions, not just the sanguinary guard, like the fucking flies on the wall. Are we happy with that being the general standard of this list, like the middle point? Or are there a lot of chapters that look a lot better than them, in our opinion?
I think there are a few. I mean, I know roughly what's on this list. That's a good point. I think with that in mind, I'd be struggling to put them outside of damp. Yeah, I'd struggle to get them out of damp, to be fair. Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Damp,
damp it
is. Right, moving on to the Grey Knights. And I think the Grey Knights are, if I'm going to be... I think they have generally more swag than the Blood Angels, on a base level. Right?
I can agree with that. All of their guys have the custom helmets, the cool engravings.
Yeah.
They all look kind of baller with the blue lenses, which are quite unique to them.
Could we agree, if their models were not as squat as they are, that they would easily get torrential drip?
Well, I don't. Hold on now, because I'm not thinking about the models anyway. I'm thinking about the artwork with these guys, because they are so consistent with how drippy they are. You don't need to worry about the models too much, you know. But they do have a problem that, say, the Blood Angels, who we've just put down, do not have. And that's that, visually speaking, they have no standout characters. In fact, the closest thing they have to a standout character is Castellan Crow's fucking sword.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that definitely hinders them quite a bit. Don't get me wrong, I think they're high on the list because their average dude looks fucking baller. I would really argue against torrential drip. It doesn't mean I don't think they don't belong high. I think they do get high on the list, but they're missing out on that last, it's a beautiful cake. It's a tasty cake. It's a wonderful cake. There ain't no cherry on top though. Cherry's gone.
Whenever I think the Grey Knights, I always think back of that one piece of art where you have that Terminator standing on top of the Coronate Demon's head, spear shoved into the top. It's like, I think it's one of the hardest images ever. And I just think maybe it's because they themselves, the gray armor, I feel like you can place them in literally any scene and they will just look dope as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I don't think you're wrong. I also think you could say that about all Space Marines, though.
There is a truth to that. Yes.
I don't mean to be contrarian. It's like Space Marines do, even the chapters that are visually very uninteresting comparatively, they're still Space Marines. They still look badass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think we should apply the base level to the Grey Knights because the Grey Knights are so far beyond that. I think for me, we need to acknowledge that their rank and file guy looks super, super cool, right? Really, really cool. But they really do suffer on stepping out of the box. Like we haven't gotten to the Deathwatch yet,
No.
but take the Deathwatch for example. Their rank and file dude looks amazing because they've got all these unique visual elements between each guy, right? And then you get to the Watchmasters, and it's like, whoa, the logical next step, even further, even more pronounced and almost verbose with how it's stylized. And the Grey Knights just don't match that, I don't think.
I see what you mean. Yeah. But I agree. I probably wouldn't put them in torrential drip, but downpour, I think, is a valid place for them.
I would be offended. I would be offended if they did not even make downpour. let me pitch my case here. All right, I need to think myself
well, right? I don't disagree with that.
Because personally, I put them in torrential drip. Let me tell you why here.
Let me tell you
something. Let me break it down for you.
Let me break it down for you. The thing about the Grey Knights is that they do not miss. Their collection of artwork is absolutely stellar, and I've never seen a piece where a single Grey Knight has ever looked anything less than stunning and impeccable.
The Victories of the Space Marines anthology cover. It's kind of It's got a Grey Knight on the front. It's kind of cartoony. It's still okay artwork, but it is nowhere near as nice as their other artworks or their Codex artworks.
Okay, so we're talking about that. That's the floor. That's the floor.
Also, perhaps the way they look in Chaos Gate. Like every time you see a Grey Knight in that, it's like, ooh, look kind of bad.
Oh, I see what you mean. I'm looking at
especially the guy who doesn't wear his helmet at all. Dude looks like he looks like he's going to reach out the screen and touch you inappropriately. He's real. I'm not going to lie. Anyone who's played Chaos Gate knows exactly what I'm talking about, and also knows I'm telling the truth.
Need I bring up any Space Marine color scheme from Dawn of War ever? And the faces of their sergeants.
I'm just Grey Knight posting in the reference images here. It's for me. I love the. I think they're the best when they just embrace the knightly aesthetic.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are some chapters. Generally, I think there's a lot of Space Marine chapters that just, when they embrace the knightly aesthetic, they just instantly, they're favorite of mine. It's such an iconic look for Space Marines. There's so much about Space Marines which is knightly at its core already that it's just a natural fit. Obviously, there's the outliers. We'll get to those as well. But the Grey Knights, they just swag that up to the next degree. It's the Paladins even. It's the next step above the Knights, right?
No, they're very much so to me like the much cooler version of what the Black Templars are trying to be.
Well, I think it's also worth saying here, a lot of their uniqueness is displayed, weirdly enough, in their dreadnoughts. Their dreadnoughts have a huge variety, even just across the Castroferum range, where they get a huge variety of loadouts and general appearances. I think they also got a special Forge World model way back when.
They did, yes. It's very, very cool. It's almost like a weird cross between Librarian Dreadnought and the Mark IV Siege Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Which is a really odd combination. But it works. They make it work. It's a real shame, though, that particular variant of Grey Knight Dreadnought is not the one that made it into Chaos Gate, which is a real sounds like a real missed opportunity to me. However, they lose a lot of swag points for the baby carrier.
No, I fucked the baby carrier.
Fuck, I've forgotten about that, to be honest.
I don't actually hate it.
I fucked the baby carrier kind of hard.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
This sounds like Stockholm Syndrome, ladies and gents.
That for me, it definitely is.
I've seen it in person
Grey Knights back in the day.
And I think it's far cooler than pictures do it justice for, because you look at it and go...
Correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron, but when you see it, after you've finished acknowledging how cool you think it is, it's kind of punchable, right? It's kind of punchable, isn't it? What do you mean, nah? Okay.
The
Would you punch a baby, Tom?
You don't even need to ask me. I am not legally allowed within arm's reach of anyone under the age of 5. We come out Mike Tyson when infants are around. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit.
Oh shit.
But on your note about characters as well, it's worth noting all of their characters got axed by like fucking Resin Gate. Like we used to have General Captain Stern, we had Caldor Drago.
Caldor Drago fucks, to be fair.
I think you're both misleading the viewership a little bit here, because the visual identities of those characters is like almost no more drip than the rank and file guys. Sure, Caldor Drago has a banner and his ugly ass mug on show.
Don't forget his shield. His shield is a major facet of his design, with like the giant like wall of script on it as well.
I think but this is such a problem, because like when we go through the Blood Angels, who might I remind you we put in damp. We weren't arguing over like one single element of one single character. We had a plethora of gorgeous bastards to choose from. And now we're saying trying to justify Grey Knight characters because Caldor Drago has a kind of drippy shield. I think that's weak sauce. I think that's what keeps it from torrential drip.
Yeah.
I'm happy to put them in Downpour. I think they kind of fuck hard enough to be in Downpour.
I absolutely agree. What do you say, Zarek?
I can accept a downpour.
Okay. Oh, so that definitely puts them in high downpour. Top of downpour. So moving on,
Arid.
we have Arid. Oh, all straight up.
My god!
He saw the Carcharodons and he just went Arid immediately. Okay.
No, to be fair, the only defining feature is Tiberos. Otherwise, they are just bluey grey marines with some sort of funny paint on them.
Someone in the chat who's listening to this live in the premiere is going, but Tom, it's a mixed combination of Maori and Polynesian. Why isn't that cool? Listen, you've never met anyone Polynesian who likes the Carcharodons. You've never met anyone Maori who likes the Carcharodons. Here's a fun thing, though. I have, and he doesn't like the Carcharodons. The Carcharodons are no more. They're like a worse representation of those cultures than fucking who's the dickhead from Moana that The Rock plays?
Oh yeah. That's all you have to say. No one remembers his name.
Yeah. So it's like, now, I don't think they're arid. I know I said arid. I've just taken another quick look at this list. They're not actually arid, because we do actually have some arid ones in here.
Yeah.
But like anyone who I do not think these guys reach drizzle ever. You know, we've got the visual depictions of them with the almost the sort of tribal kind of like scratchings on them. And I kind of see that. And at first I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. And then I'm reminded that there's like middle-aged white dudes with tribal tattoos, and then suddenly it's like, well, actually, maybe it's not as cool. Maybe it's not that cool. You know, I think you're allowed to like the Grey Knights.
Is it like the
not the
tattoo
Grey Knights,
version of the Ford Focus?
Carcharodons. It's the 40k faction equivalent of a midlife crisis. You know,
I see that. I do enjoy their chain axes and like old armor bits. I like them, frankly, a bit more than I like Blood Angels.
I can
see that.
I'm very much on the same page, and for me, that also comes down to pretty much the same points. I mean, ignoring the Primarch reinforcements and all of that. I love that they run around with these older bits of armor. I love. I mean, if you look at like enemy art, right? I fuck so hard with any older marks of armor. Primarch armor, not super sexy in my opinion, and there's some cool stuff like their weird axes, and obviously Tiberos is sick as hell, but I agree also that they lack a certain oomph. They don't really go the next step besides being.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the Grey Knights again real quick. Like one of the things you get with the Grey Knights is when you look at that sort of awesome visual identity of the Grey Knights, and then you think about who they are and what they do, you can see that sort of tie-in wonderfully. You can't really say the same thing of the Carcharodons outside of Tiberos. Because the Carcharodons are often indecisive. The way they kind of communicate is very lost in translation with each other. There was a scene in Outer Dark where it's like one officer said something to the Ashen Claws, and then Tyberos comes and is like, no, he shouldn't have said that to you. He wasn't allowed to say that. It's like that whole chain of command thing is a bit weird. The chapter is very wishy-washy. Obviously, if you go back to Badab and read about them in the IACs around Badab, they are a lot cooler. But like everything in Badab is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's a struggle because actually, when you compare them to the visual identity of a lot of the Badab chapters, they don't stand out that much. And right now, we're comparing them to a lot of really, visually speaking, a lot of heavy hitters. So it's a real struggle. It's a real struggle. And again, like we had with the Blood Angels, who have we got visually that's also in the Carcharodons? Okay, we have the guy whose name I can't pronounce, who's in Mark III armor. He's cool. But it's Mark III armor, right? Why don't we just put the Imperial Fists on the list?
Honestly.
And then we've got Tyberos, who's in a really cool set of Indomitus plate. But that artwork of him standing in front of a Lamenter, sorry, fellas, that's fan art. It's a real struggle. It's a real struggle because they got this one guy who's kind of awesome, and the rest of them are a bit like, well, I don't think they're boring, right? Because we were talking about the Blood Angels rank and file guys being a little bit wishy-washy. I think they're above that. I don't think they're far above that.
No. I'd put them definitely above the Blood Angels in Damp.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Aaron?
I'll put them in Damp. I'm kind of with you on that one. They're kind of... I put them below the Blood Angels. I think they
Oh, interesting.
Damn.
What do you say, Tom?
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck 'em. Are you saying below the Blood Angels?
Yeah, fuck them.
Okay, so that's 2 for 2. What do we do then?
At least the Blood Angels have good books. I say that knowing Robbie McNiven's Carcharodon series is super popular, but it's like the Carcharodon series is to the 40K franchise what the Shadow the Hedgehog game is to the Sonic franchise.
Yeah.
You know what?
So the people who like it love it, right? But there's a level where you got to sit back and go, I only like this because this is edgy.
Shadow the Hedgehog is a valid aesthetic to like, okay?
Yeah, if you've got a 16-year-old DeviantArt account.
Someone in this call does.
So, fucking stray bullets here. Okay.
Look, Mitz, I think you should open a new tab and flip a coin to decide, since we're 2 for 2 here.
Yeah, sure.
Well, thankfully, I'm only recording this page. Won't ever be seen. So yes, okay. Where are we putting the Carcharodons then?
Well, I'm happy to put them behind or in front of the Blood Angels. I'm not that bothered. I
say in front. I think they have more going on the individual level.
Yeah, I'm prepared to agree with that. I'm just a professional hater. I've got self-awareness, right?
Robbie McNiven is going to listen to this episode and he's going to be real sad, He's going to cry himself to sleep tonight, I think.
Well, bad things happen to bad people.
Wait, why are they in front of the Blood Angels? Wait a minute.
Because I put them above Blood Angels.
You're wrong.
Ding dong, you're wrong.
Oh my god.
Okay, thanks. All right. Convince me then, because we sort of have 2 for 2 here.
Well, at least Blood Angels have more than one interesting-looking special character. You got Mephiston plus. Also, the standard ranks of the chaplain at least look interesting.
Yeah,
outside
but
of the same
lore
and of the aesthetic every single Carcharodon has, except the chapter master, who's supposed to look good.
I don't know.
There's got a single character outside of that. The sharks are fake. Those are fan created. They got nothing.
Well, actually, the sharks aren't fake. Obviously, I'm prepared to dog on Outer Dark as much as the next guy. However, there is indeed this is not Carcharodon fans. This is not to your credit. This is really stupid. You might think it's to your credit, but that's how we know you like Shadow the Hedgehog. There is, in fact, a giant shark in a fish tank on the bridge of the Carcharodon's flagship.
No, but I mean, they don't ride them like people think they would do into fucking Batman shit on aquatic
Who
planets.
think they ride them?
They do.
I've
I've
heard
never
a
had
lot
that
of people say
interaction.
that. I've had a lot of people say that.
Aaron, you are in the fucking trenches, apparently. Oh my god.
Yeah. But no, they don't look half as good as people think they do. All the good bling comes from third-party creations.
Yeah,
At least the
and he's got a
GW
point.
official kits look good.
He's got a point, actually. When you want to find fucking awesome-looking Blood Angels or Grey Knights, you don't need to look at fan art. If you want to try and find an awesome-looking Carcharodon, you kind of have to go to the fan art. Because you've got what? You've got the Outer Dark cover. That's it. All the cool stuff for Tyberos is fan art. You know?
Yeah, no, that's a good point, actually.
Actually, the cover of the other cover they had with the Night Lords is really cool, but I'm afraid the Night Lords provide the drip in that one. So
There we go. As it should be.
Yeah, no, that I'm convinced, actually. So, moving on then. Sorry to you all Carcharodons fans. You know, it's nothing personal, at least not from me. It might be personal from Tom, but it's that's the way we roll.
shit happens.
Shit happens. Now, moving on to the Deathwatch.
Easy torrential drip.
Ooh.
Easy torrential drip. Holy shit. Have you seen any Deathwatch artwork? Have you looked through the various artworks within the Deathwatch RPG rulebooks?
Some of them are
Have you
goofy.
seen what the Watch Captains and the Watch Masters look like?
Yeah.
These guys, every single member of the Deathwatch, with the exception of the fresh recruits. I say recruits because very few
recruits,
members
yeah.
of the Deathwatch are actually recruits. Oh, by the way, a little misconception we'll cover up right here that the recent Deathwatch codices have done a bad job at actually telling you about is the Deathwatch do have scouts. They do have Marines who are very, very young. The reason that is, and you can find this lore in the Deathwatch RPG rulebooks, is that to get into the Deathwatch, you don't have to be a veteran in the rank sense of the word. You need to be someone who is extremely adept at killing Xenos, right? Obviously, there are other ways to get into the Deathwatch, like your chapter master just wanting you to fuck off. That happens on the occasion as well. But if you are a scout marine and someone has spotted you at being really fucking good at your job, like really fucking good, they might just go, hey, listen, we've got a scout here who just kicks orc ass. We know the Deathwatch is in dire need of scouts. Would you like this one? And so that's how the Deathwatch maintains its array of scouts. But sorry, besides like scout marines, every single member of the Deathwatch is dripped to the nines in their own unique stuff. And then what you do is you get to actual Deathwatch veterans, people who've been in the Deathwatch for extended service, and those are the guys where they go, hey, listen, we really like you, you're really good, would you like some special Deathwatch Terminator armor, or how about a Xeno Phase Blade? Or perhaps a servitor that is bound to you that's got an Eldari brain in it? You know, or other all sorts of wild shit, or some sort of railgun that's half lascannon, half tower railgun, right? And they'll just, and not only will they get that, they'll have all the cool gear of their own unique chapter as well. It's it's everything all the time at once. It's wonderful.
I think they are at their best when they really embrace the tactical nature of the Deathwatch.
You mean like the veteran kits with like the pouches and the grenades and everything, right? Yeah.
I've built that kill team. Yeah, they kind of fuck. I'm going to do on this one on the torrential drip.
Hang on. I too love the Deathwatch, but I think it's worth saying that as a cohesive army, they do lose something in the fact that they're also individual. Because the more individual they look, the less cohesive they can appear when you look at them as a whole army. And I think that what it also does is it does some of the Grey Knight effect, where their characters are brought down a bit. I wouldn't say they're brought down loads, but I think they are brought down to a similar level with the other brothers, because all Marines get like the same access to individuality in that sense.
I mean, it's not a
Actually out here with the fucking Incredible Syndrome take.
Everyone's special. No one is. You said the same thing about the Grey Knights, Tom, and I think it stands to reason that it's the same for the Deathwatch.
I think I see what you mean, but I don't agree. I think when you see a Watchmaster and you put him next to any Marine in the Deathwatch, it's like, okay, yeah, you're both wearing black. This guy has a fucking Guardian spear and a beard that would put a Space Wolf to shame, right? You know? Not to mention all the actual inquisitorial iconography that literally translates to Watchmasters because Watchmasters are almost on par with Ordo Xenos Inquisitors in terms of their function within the Imperium and the knowledge they hold. And you see that reflected in their armor. Now, I do see what you mean. I think they are closer to their rank and file dudes than most chapters have. But their rank and file dudes are already way up here. You know? I think they look awesome.
Like, anytime a Watchmaster walks in the room, that scene from The Death of Stalin kicks into mind. You know,
yes, Field Admiral Zhukov.
It's very easy to say that Deathwatch like special forces effectively for Space Marines, right? Kind of the effective role of.
I mean, comparatively, yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And every single special forces you see has every single motherfucker looking at least somewhat like in the same sort of shtick outside of like the higher ranking people that would bling the fuck out. And these guys are no different in function, in purpose.
I think
the bling is respective of the purpose, which kind of makes it go hard as fuck a little bit more, I'd say.
I'm going to be honest.
It's practical drip.
Practical drip. Tactical drip. I want to put them in drizzle.
You're a fucking loser.
Ooh.
You are a loser. No,
is it perhaps the fact that their color scheme is quite simple in many ways?
Partially. It's also because it's the syndrome. I think it's a syndrome take because I like I like their art, but I look at them and I don't ever feel the same awe or reverence as when I look at the Grey Knights.
We're going to work out who's got the most special drip, except for you. You're too special, so I won't allow it.
Special does not equal drip, okay?
Yeah.
Which is this because you're not in Twisted Fate, man? Is this?
They wouldn't let me be a Deathwatch Marine.
I'm in Twisted Fate, and I get what Roots is saying, right? I get it. Like, I think Grey Knights on an individual level have a better drip than an individual Deathwatch Marine, but they do it while maintaining a sort of unitary coherency with each other. But Deathwatch needs to be individualistic to maintain their drip.
But most of their jobs are individualistic. They don't rarely ever perform as a full army.
I mean,
but even as a kill team, they're going to stand out. Like, and they're a great ground for individual characters to pop out. Like, if you're looking at a single Deathwatch Marine, yeah, they're going to look better than like most things. But that's not the entire picture of what we're discussing here.
No.
Counterpoint.
It's squad basis, like the main group in the Call of Duty campaign, where they all look grizzled as fuck.
Counterpoint. Corvus Blackstar.
Corvus Blackstar.
Corvus Blackstar. I'm just saying. Corvus Blackstar.
That does do something for them, I gotta be real.
It should do something for you, seeing as though you've probably gotten more value out of the Corvus Blackstar than anyone alive.
Look, I have the Corvus Blackstar on my shelf at the minute. Like, I love it. It is my favorite part about the Deathwatch, frankly. I love its design for that purpose.
Admit that you take it off the stand and you fly around the room going, shh.
Once. I did that once.
I loved it.
I did love it. To be fair, I do it more with my Valkyries. Valkyries and Argus Fighters are better for that.
Yeah, but that's because when you do it with a Valkyrie, you can play Fortunate Son in the background, and it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and because I magnetize my doors so I can roll the doors. Actually, let me go. Yeah, no, let me go on a wee rant, right, about the fucking Corvus Blackstar compared to the Valkyrie. The Corvus Blackstar has no modeled interior, which sucks because it would be such a cool thing to see laid out. The Valkyrie has a fully modeled, like, pilot's room and interior. For each pilot, they have their own little cockpits that you can fully customize and paint. The interior for the Imperial Guard, they have little things where you can have like swivel jointed heavy bolters that when you pull the doors back, heavy bolters can be popped out and manned. And you can put it all and like together so that it remains mobile. I've got mine fully assembled. I have the doors magnetized so I can flip the doors back when I want them to open. And then flick the heavy bolters out. And you can see the whole room for all of the people to stand inside. There's ready lights above each guardsman's place. It is such a fucking good... The Corvus Blackstar wishes it had the attention to detail of a Valkyrie. All right, rant over.
I need to go to the bathroom. However, my take is torrential. My take is torrential drip. So do with that what you will. I'll be back in a minute.
So, okay. So now, ladies and gentlemen, whilst those two are gone, that means me and Zarek can decide where to put them.
Yeah. Personally, I look, no. Look. I rate them down poor. But I think they ought to be below the Grey Knights. But these two votes would probably put it over Grey Knights, frankly.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But let's wait and see until Tom gets here so that he can.
You want everyone to come back and see this?
No, I think I really like most of their styles. And I think the problem is whenever I look at their models and whenever I look at their art, sorry, that was my phone. I don't really get that really like tactical style that I really vibe with. I think my point of comparison is one of my all-time favorite tactical Marines is a friend of ours called Wolfram, who has his chapters, his homebrew chapter called the Regulators, and
very familiar.
Yeah, and they're, I want to say style-wise, they're not super far away from.
Right, listen, you put that up there, you fucking loser. You grab that Deathwatch square and you put that somewhere much further up, or you and I are going to have a falling out, good sir.
I think I get where you're going, right? I think it's fair to say that the Deathwatch have a bit of an identity crisis between the roleplay book and their model range, where the RPG places them firmly as almost like errant knights come together. They have a very distinct personal, like deep heraldry thing going on. But then in the model range, they go full tactical, just with optional shoulder pads. And then there's like the new set that just has the head options, really.
Well, for sure.
Take those much further up. You have 2 votes for torrential drip. There is no way you're putting them down wetty.
So I was saying, like, me personally, I rate them as below Grey Knights in Downpour. So I think ultimately they probably go above Grey Knights in Downpour.
They do go above, unfortunate as it is.
Unfortunate.
Actual Swedish people, I swear to God.
No, you weren't here when I was saying it, Tom, but my point of comparison is Wolfram's Regulators for how I think a tactical Marine should really look. And it is something that I think is missing a lot from when I'm looking at the models and the artwork of the Deathwatch.
Oh, you want them to lean even more into it. Well, the thing is, though, you got to understand the context behind why Wolfram's Regulators look that way.
Well, for sure, yes.
They look that way because they're ragtag. They are literally scavengers who look that way because they can't do any better. The Deathwatch are given the best of the best that the Adeptus Astartes has available. They don't need to look like scavengers because they simply are not. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not. I understand what you mean, but contextually, it's not because they look scavenged. It's more like I think the Regulators look tactical, despite being looking like ragtag, right? It looks like they're doing the absolute most out of trying to be as efficient as possible with what they have, essentially. Barring the when they go to chaos, right? As Wolfram has been working towards, but yeah, that's the sort of comparison I do. That's why I personally wouldn't rank the Deathwatch in Torrential Drip, but they're in at the top of Downpour right now, which is honestly pretty good, if I do say so.
They are the best yet.
Yes. But here comes the challenger, methinks, and that is the Howling Griffins.
So when you told me you were putting the Howling Griffins on this list, I'm afraid I knew straight away that is going right into Arid.
Oh, damn.
There's no way. Because they are almost dripless. Now, do they have a cool color scheme? Yes, they do. Do they have one of the better color schemes on this list? No. Do they have any external drip beyond their color scheme? Also no.
They do. We have official artwork showing them in what I say is the style they should always be in, which is this, as we were talking about before, they really leaning into the knightly aesthetic, because that is what the color scheme is supposed to really, what's the word? Evoke, yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we looking at? Are we talking about the one piece of artwork where you've got a bunch of where it's all blade guards?
Mm-hmm.
Well, believe it or not, Moots, all blade guards look like that.
But I love it. It's so cool.
You can find more official artwork of them not looking like that. Man's basically gone, I think they should look like this, so I'm going to pretend they do. They don't look like that. They are a very codex compliant chapter. My dude.
I'll be completely honest. I'm gonna use my headcanon visuals for them to judge them entirely.
Note yourself, Moots is not allowed to control the manual element of the tier list ever again.
If I may interject here, because they were entirely, I think they were entirely my idea to put on this list, because I started writing it up and I was like, Howling Griffins deserve to be here, and I think something they really have going for them is I genuinely think they have the color scheme that pops the most out of all chapters on this entire list. Have any of you ever seen a Howling Griffins army in person?
I have, yes.
You see, there's a really good one. I don't know if it's still there, but there's a really good one at Weimar World. Listen, I will concede that the alternative color scheme for the Howling Griffins during Badab is very cool. But I'm telling you, they do not have the drip to compare to everything else here because they are codex compliant. Is their color scheme really cool? Hell yeah, it's quartered red and yellow, but it's still just a codex compliant thing. They have even the Carcharodons. You guys know me. I'll fucking dog on the Carcharodons until someone comes to stop me, right? Even the Carcharodons have more of a unique visual identity than the fucking Howling Griffins. Do I think they're a bad chapter? No, I think they're very cool. But we're talking about swag. And if we were going to go for the Howling Griffins, we might as well just gone for the fucking Nova Marines.
Well, let me make a case here, right? I think this is not just about the uniqueness of what they wear, it's about how they wear it. And of all the chapters, I think the Howling Griffins make take the best out of their base color scheme, that they don't need extra detail. They have their chapter badge, which is that classic sort of knightly heraldic lion thing.
Yeah.
Half lion, half dragon creature. And that alone, I think, speaks for what they're doing visually.
It's a griffin.
I know it's a griffin, but it doesn't look like a griffin? I swear, I've seen it with a lion's head.
It's a griffin.
Oh, it is a fucking griffin.
Go
I'm
take
dumb.
a look at it.
Because I whenever I looked at it, I saw it on its hind legs. I never processed, because I think of it on those medieval paintings and stuff. I forget that that's meant to be a griffin. I have to remind myself how they drew cats to actually comprehend how they could think that was a griffin.
No, listen, I think they've got a very cool alternative color scheme. For anyone who doesn't know, the during I think it was a certain campaign on Badab. Let me just look real quick. Yes, the Marines who were fighting in the Chimera system during the Badab War took on a slightly different color scheme where their shoulders had the quartered scheme. So you'd have the shoulders would be quartered into red and yellow sections. They'd have silver trim, and the rest of their armor would be jet black with a bone-colored Aquila.
Ooh.
A very unique sort of one. I think if we were going to judge them on how cool they were, and we were just talking about that, I'd be like, that's really pushing the boat out while still keeping that sort of main visual striking element. I think that's very cool. I am far less impressed by a vibrant quartered color scheme than I think you two are. I will admit, though, they are like one of the only chapters in the entire setting to have like an actual official piece of artwork of their fortress monastery. And it's like a battleship sticking out the side of a mountain.
Yeah,
which is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that contributes to what we're talking about here, but that is kind of cool.
Well, I think it adds a little bit more to this knightly aesthetic I'm thinking of, because it's like it's leaning almost into the like realm of fantasy in a sense. I think they're really cool, all right.
Likewise, I think they're as good as you can get without adding detail, right? If you're just going off of raw Space Marine color scheme, I genuinely think they're the pinnacle.
That's an interesting take, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't think it helps me push them higher, though. I will say, though, with that in mind, there is one thing they do fall down on, and that's that they have just bog standard black gun cases. Which is in my mind. Well, I guess one of the things we talk about with homebrew and color schemes for Space Marines that a lot of people forget to do or forget to understand is that the gun casing for their weapons is a core part of the color scheme. And the reason people forget that is because a lot of these custom templates are minus the gun casing or a gun, so you forget about it. And so what happens is you'll come up with a really cool color scheme that doesn't include the gun casing. And when it's time for you to do your gun cases, you have to think on the spot, oh, fuck, what do I do that's going to complement this and not detract from this cool color scheme I've made? And then every bastard defaults to gunmetal or black because that won't interrupt with it. And the Howling Griffins do, in fact, do the same thing because they have such an excessive color scheme. And granted, I'm not trying to detract from the point you just made. I do think that holds merit. But it is very much a case of, hey, we've gone too hard on the color scheme. What the fuck do we do with the gun case? I know, we don't do anything with it.
I think that's very true. Like, I don't think there's very much you can add to the gun casing at that point to, that wouldn't detract from the rest or make it too much.
Yeah. I do see your point, though. I don't disagree with it. It's not going to affect my vote, though.
All right. Last-ditch effort to increase. Yeah. Look at this.
Well,
look at what? Let's see.
Oh, he hasn't posted anything.
Oh, I sent it to myself because I'm stupid.
Exceptional.
There we go.
Oh, that's the Badab campaign scheme I was talking about. Yeah, that's really cool. It's really cool. It's the black with a bone Aquila. A bone Imperialis.
Indeed,
derivative.
Quite cool though as well because the non Terminator version of that had they had, I think it was the veteran version of this had it with white helmets not on Terminator. So you had the white helmet with this color scheme, and the non-veteran version had the whole other shoulder in color as well, not black. So it's a really quite a adaptable color scheme. But this is one of the things you get, and we've got this guy dogging on the Deathwatch. Fucking what a loser. When you have so much black as your primary color, is that you can really start getting liberal with where you splotch down your other color elements. You can really kind of go have fun with it.
For sure. Yeah.
No, yeah.
I think this is I think it's, again, as you said, it's the adaptability. It's the going from the bright to like, okay, it's we're gonna fuck someone up o'clock, and we're gonna paint, we're gonna repaint our armors to showcase that it's time to fuck, right?
GW, give us Howling Griffins characters, please. I beg you.
I will say I would concede my point and allow myself to go higher if there was a Howling Griffins character or character model that tried to exemplify the aesthetic you're talking about. Because, frankly, as it stands, it sounds like you're pulling this thing out your ass. Because visually speaking, they are a very codex compliant chapter in terms of that sort of codex standard. But yeah, if they had like a chapter master or a captain who was kind of unique or whatever and had those elements, I'd probably concede one tier higher for sure.
Okay, so what are we thinking then? What are you thinking, Tom? Which rank or which tier?
Arid.
Really arid?
Bruh.
Bruh.
Not even damp.
You get a high arid.
High arid. Holy shit!
There's two more chapters on this list I'm going to put below these guys, so they're not the bottom for me.
What are you saying, Aaron?
Sad, I've been mimicking Tom a lot here, but I've got to agree. They've got less unique swag than the Carcharodons, and they're bottom of damp right now.
What?
So it just makes sense to put them in arid.
Okay. So, Aaron, if you use your own opinion instead.
I am using my own opinion.
Commander said nothing this whole conversation.
Why don't you stop coping?
Next time he fucking agrees with you, Moots, I'm going to say the same thing to him, all right?
Must have been the first time he's agreeing with me. What the fuck?
I vote high downpour, low torrential drip. They are one of my favorite schemes.
Torrential drip!
Yeah.
For real.
Honestly, whatever you're on right now, I would love some. Right. You want to share what you're smoking? I'm
this
down
is
to
high
join
torrential nepotism, mate.
you.
That's
You
what
are
this is.
insane.
Look, I'm so real. I love their scheme so much. It's
I feel like I've
simple and
been you
effective
saying
one.
that makes me feel like I've been abusing the Carcharodons.
You have.
No, I haven't.
I think
No, I
your
haven't.
hate
I know
blinds
I
you,
haven't. I know
Tom.
I haven't. I'm objective.
Yeah. I'm putting them in downpour, personally.
So I think they average out to drizzle, right?
I'd say so.
do.
Yes,
They average
they
out
do.
to fucking actual insane opinions today. Craziest shit
Based
in my
opinions,
life.
to be honest.
Holy crap. Wow.
Okay.
I'd like chat to weigh in on
Lamau.
this one. Like, it's a cool color scheme. The color scheme in the quarters, it is cool. But you guys have basically chimed in and said, yeah, I like plain bread.
But it's
Look,
also not.
it is. This is
Don't put jelly
artisanal
or
bread.
jam on my bread.
Listen, this
I
is
like
just an
bread.
artisanal baguette, the best you can get of its kind.
Artisanal. Give me a PB&J over a fucking artisanal French.
Nah,
slab
I
of
take
bread.
artisanal every time.
Well, Tom, you know what they say
Crazy
about
shit.
jelly and jam, right?
Shut the fuck up. You've already used that joke once today. You've used it once on stream as well. You be quiet, you.
I used it on another recording.
You're going to threaten me live on the podcast. You fucker. Or jelly my cock up your ass, loser.
Okay. Moving on to the Iron Hands. This chapter, I'm gonna weigh in here as number one Iron Hands stan here.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of artwork doesn't do them justice. I think the artwork I've used for the image here, I think is peak Iron Hands art. I'm gonna try and find it here again to put it in the references, but yeah.
So I'm inclined to agree. There is a piece of artwork of the Iron Hands that I'll also put in references for you to put on the screen at the same timestamp. If somebody else wants to put the timestamp in the thing.
I'll put it in.
Thank you. And this is this piece of artwork on the screen now. This Iron Hands Terminator is from one of the Horus Heresy Visions books, which is basically an art book with accompanying lore. One of the things we forget about modern Iron Hands that even GW has forgotten because they've forgotten their own official artworks. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, Moots' piece of artwork there as well. Is that the Iron Hands actually has, in a lot of iterations, an awful lot of red and gold in their color scheme as well that people forget about. And when you see those artworks of the Iron Hands, where it's black, silver, and these elements of red and gold as well, mixed in with all these cybernetics, you really do see that core visual that made the Iron Hands stand out before the Primaris era, which kind of turned them into this flat nothing.
Yeah.
What is this 40k artwork?
Well, this is 30k artwork, that is true. I will concede that. However, I can't remember which clan it was, but Oxy, our resident Iron Hands obsessed lunatic, was more than happy to tell me that this visual of the Iron Hands persists in one of their clan companies to 40k.
Yep.
And most people who paint Iron Hands, they don't paint them this way. They don't think about it, and I think that's a dying fucking shame. I think they're a sensationally cool chapter. I mean, here's the thing, right? One of the worst things I hate as a guy who has to read fucking 3 or 4 homebrews every day is that people are like, I'm doing cyborg marines, and it's like it's all the same flavor, right? And it's kind of it's fine. You're allowed to like them. You're allowed to do what you want. Me having to read them all, it's like, oh wow, it's the fucking Toy Story meme of the shell full of Buzz Lightyears, right? The cyborg thing is neither here nor there. But when you look at this visual and you see these elements, we get these sort of almost medieval pops of color, then you really get to find what makes them so unique in the setting, and what had done for so long that people seem to have forgotten. So I would, in fact, there's a guy, we actually showed off some of his work in one of our very first podcasts, and we were showing off models. I can't find it now. Well, someone could chase me about this in the Discord. Oxy probably will, or Linky. But because of this kind of thing, I would struggle to do any lower than Downpour. I think their characters are quite lacking, which is really funny because they do have some pretty out there characters, but I think they could be more out there. I think as well, Games Workshop has failed the Iron Hands community by forgetting that this chapter has lots of red and gold in the color scheme, or could have, or has had. And that takes it a bit lower for me, but I'd still struggle to go any lower than like low Downpour for them, personally speaking.
I really agree with you on your take that 40k has, or rather James Workshop has really screwed the pooch on modern Iron Hands.
Yeah.
Like just at most what you're getting these days is a white splash somewhere, and it's a real shame because there's so much more you can do with the mechanized horror that is the Iron Hands. As we can see in this, you can give stuff color. Something as simple as the little red outline around the chapter symbol there in the Ardai Cent, or even the cyber sigilism, right? It's so cool. It's so dope, and I mean, again, very biased. When I draw my Iron Hands successor chapter, I vehemently try to just splash as much colors as possible in there because it's cool. It's fascinating. Yeah. They're cyber, but they're so cyberpunky and strange. Why not just go full tilt on that style, or mix and match as we can see that we can do. Yeah, no,
I want to say here, because you absolutely can, especially I think if you were going to do, hang on, my fucking computer's giving up on me. Why aren't you doing this? Okay, thanks Windows for updating your shitty clipboard. Oh my god. Anyway, you can absolutely do that because there's one particular piece of artwork I want to share right now that I think exemplifies exactly how you do it, and it's, who else would it be? It's the boy. Oh, fucking go, Carcharodons, my beloved. This artwork showing him in gold, in red, all that detail. If you're doing like a company command squad around Carcharodons, you get to lean into all the best parts, and you can have that flow out into your whole army, like in bits or in whole.
Yeah. Crazy that, but this is really symptomatic of a big critique I have of the... Now, I'm grateful for the new wave of 40k fans. No problem. But the sort of boringification of the Iron Hands is largely kind of due to Games Workshop and that wave where people are so en masse, so determined on a sociological level to boil factions down to their most simplistic elements that you forget the nuance. And there is so much visual nuanced elements to the Iron Hands. Maybe not lore elements, because Iron Hands, right? Is either don't exist or suck. But visually speaking, these have always been there.
Absolutely.
And the faction would thrive a lot more, I think, if people remembered them, you know?
Remember the Iron Hands. What do you say, Aaron?
A drizzle. I want to say drizzle.
A drizzle? Oh.
I've never been too fussed about them, man. It's black, red, white at its best, with some cool cybernetics, yeah. But they've never had anything where I'm like, oh damn, that's fucking cool. I'm like, oh okay, it's the same guy with more or less metal from low tier to high tier blokes.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to move for me as well, I think. I mean, obviously, I don't agree with your tiering for them, but for me, it's hard to... And again, this is just because of like all the reading I've had to do for homebrew stuff. It's hard to move away from like the cyborg stuff being anything other than boring now, because everyone and their nana wants to fucking my cyborg space marines. It's like, okay, cool, thanks.
like I look at the tier list now, and I'm like, yes, I would put them ahead of the Howling Griffins, but I would not put them on the same level as Grey Knights and Deathwatch. Not a chance.
Interesting.
Yeah,
so
I don't
high
know.
Drizzle.
I would definitely put them ahead of the Howling Griffins.
Yeah, ahead of
behind the Grey
ahead
Knights.
of the Howling Griffins specifically.
Yeah, I could get behind Drizzle. I'd still rather than be Downpour, but behind the Grey Knights for me.
Okay.
I could agree to that. I think I'm also in the... I think they deserve a downpour.
Torrential drip.
No. Come now.
Can't.
Oh, God.
No, I'm serious. I'm putting them in torrential drip. Where does that average?
Or the downpour.
The downpour.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. There we go. Very nice. As I have established, I'm a Iron Hand stan. I'm
sure.
completely unashamed about that. Moving.
Is this going to be the Chaos Lord kissing tier list again, where we only have like one person in the top tier? Only one like person we can all get on with.
I'm very interested in seeing who will end up in torrential drip. We have very differing opinions in style here, so not a huge surprise, but yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. So moving on to the Lamenters.
Arid.
Yeah, honestly,
It's yellow. I mean, listen, checkers are cool, right? We all love the checkered scheme, but like the orcs wear it better. You see checkers on orcs, it's like, damn, that's sick. You see checkers on these guys, it's like, oh, I'm depressed again. You know,
they had to be in this list just for one more tragedy to befall them. That's all.
It's okay to like them, and again, even the ones that I've dogged on, it's okay to like them because they do have all of them have their merits. But it's like, how much do you like the same color that is piss? Cheese Marines, bro.
Cheese Marines.
Put them in Arid.
Aaron?
I could put them in damp, I guess.
Fuck is
again,
okay.
like they have the same amount, if not less, than the Carcharodons. Yeah, they're the lovable fan favorite who suffer
I think they have less.
Event after unfortunate event. That doesn't make them look any better.
Yeah, it's like, hey, here's the Blood Angels. If they were yellow, had no cool characters, and were just dreadfully depressing.
Like I'm looking at this like objectively. I have no moral qualms about any of these.
Yeah,
moral qualms. Well, it seems like tragedy will befall the Lamenters again. I'm putting them in Arid as well. Well deserved, to be honest.
Minotaurs, though. Holy fucking cannoli.
All right, you seem like you have something to say about them. You want to share your thoughts?
I like the Minotaurs. I think they kind of look sick as fuck.
Okay, yeah.
Why?
The armor color actually looks fucking sick with the kind of like nice subtle hints at their own sort of armor being a bit more unique to themselves. I forget the fucking term. What's it's not Roman, is it? It's
Greek, sort of Spartan.
Yeah, it's a Spartan sort of vibe. with the spears and the shield that kind of go hard as fuck. And the chapter master looks baller as hell always anyway, so. And this has nothing to do about the fact that he kind of fought a Custodes once.
He didn't He didn't fight Custodes.
So, I just think they look sick as. They always look pretty cool. Oh, and they've got that cool ab armor going on, so I vibe with them.
Yeah, I think there's something to say for them. I like them a little more than I like the Carcharodons.
Likewise.
The problem is, for me, is they have, like, I could describe these guys the same way I described the Carcharodons, except unlike the Carcharodons, the whole Greek gladiator, Roman gladiator visual, it does go hand in hand with everything Space Marine. It does it brilliantly. But like the Carcharodons, they suffer from, like, hey, here's one guy. And now the community is going to role play as if that one guy is a good visual representation of the chapter when we know from the Imperial Armor Compendiums that he's not. Bronze, baller color, wear it well. Bronze and red,
right.
Great pair. Works really well. I think for me, I'd put them higher than the Carcharodons. Would I put them higher than the Blood Angels?
They do have the cool shoulder tassels, man.
Yeah, but like that's just fucking
Malok?
Astarian Malok. Yeah. Now Malok is cool. Now it is a fun thing. I wish it could have some bearing on this conversation, but it can't. There is a unique pattern of Terminator armor. We talked about this in the Terminator video called the Arcanact Terminator armor. That is, as far as we know, exclusive to the Carcharodons. Sorry, the Minotaurs. We have no idea what it looks like. We've not got any visual depictions of it. In fact, we know nothing about it except that's what it's called. Now, here's a fun thing. If we did know what it looked like, then maybe we could like weigh in on having it part of this conversation. And before anyone in the chat tries to tell me, it's like, oh, maybe that's the armor that Malok wears. No, we know from the IACs that he just wears Artificer armor based off of Tartaros. He's just wearing a modified Tartaros plate. He's not wearing the unique Arcanac pattern. So it's a real funky one. Again, they do suffer from the same thing the Carcharodons do, where all of the cool visual elements we see and define them by aren't actually from canon visuals. They are just from fan art, where people have gotten carried away with the gladiator aesthetic. Do I think that aesthetic is cool? Yes. Is it a good representation of what the rank and file Minotaur looks like? Fuck no. So yeah, I think I'd put them high damp, mid damp. I'd put them ahead of the Carcharodons. At least they're written well.
I'd put them below the Carcharodons, to be honest. Low damp.
Robbie might start flirting with you if you do that.
At least the Carcharodons have more interesting visual elements. As you said, like it's really just Astarian Malok who has any visual flair. Rest of the chapter, no swag, just bronze, some red. It's a cool color scheme, yes, but you know, and someone will say, "Yo, but you want to put the fucking Howling Griffins in fucking Downpour?" But however, they're not the Howling Griffins, so therefore I'm gonna stick to below the Carcharodons.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I can understand that. I'd still probably put them above the Carcharodons, but I think we can agree on damp. What about you, Zarek?
Honestly, look, I've already said I am a sucker for a really nice, just simple color scheme. I put them in drizzle.
I also put them in drizzle.
Okay.
But above the Howling Griffins drizzle, so high.
You know what? Actually, for the sake of fucking off the Howling Griffins, yeah, I'll put them in drizzle above the
Howling Griffins. No, I rate them below.
That's high drizzle.
Too bad.
Actually, you know what? I rate them low downpour just to be sure. They're ahead.
Actual dick.
No.
Mooks,
accepting that.
They're ahead of the Howling Griffins, G.
Your opinion is invalid.
They were there anyway from the 2 drizzle votes, you fuck.
I just realized you left the fucking Black Dragons out of this list.
And we got the Black Templars.
Mate, I am slapping your nuts later.
Well, I was just following the list. There was no.
I told you. You
just
said, Tom, are there
orders.
any I should put in this? Like, yeah, you should put the black dragons in.
Well,
Like,
I'm not the one who added to the list. I told Zarek, hey, you want to add these two?
Look, I just wrote the list
you
yesterday.
fucking put the Howling Griffins and the Lamenters in this list and not the black dragons. My God. You're a melt.
Ooh, I have bones. Ooh.
all right, Tom. Find me a picture of them, and I'll add them live to the list right now.
Will do. Holy shit.
Okay. Be the change you want to see, Tom.
Yeah, I fucking gee whiz.
Gee willikers. No. These fucks
Right.
not going
check
above.
your DMs, you professional cuck.
Alright, let's see here. Saving. Choose file.
Yeah, on the left. Yeah, good boy.
Good boy.
There you go.
Okay. Sorry. So yes, no, they stay there. They're not going above.
Yeah, the fucking democracy manifest.
No, but okay. So what is the actual verdict? I'm putting them in low damp.
I mean, I personally think they're low downpour.
Do you genuinely believe that? Is that your
Well, if the Howling Griffins can make drizzle, then clearly they're low downpour.
Is this your genuine dog shit opinion that I'm hearing?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay, what do you say, Aaron?
High drizzle.
High drizzle. Okay.
I like these guys, unironically.
Okay. And Zarek?
I was low drizzle.
Low drizzle. Fuck yeah, that puts them above. You shuckle fucks.
Damn it.
Shuckle fucks. I know Tom isn't being honest. I know Tom just wants to screw over the Howling Griffins, but democracy is democracy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's
called lobbying, loser.
love democracy.
Right, who's next?
That would be the Raven Guard.
Ooh, arid.
Arid.
Look, I love them,
100%
but
arid.
they cannot be high. I
No,
put them in high arid.
If it was 30k, they'd be like torrential drip, but no.
If it was 30k,
yeah.
they'd still be arid. What the fuck are you two
What are you
talking
talking about?
No, come on.
If it was
No, it's
30k,
so
if
much
it was
cooler than
30k,
heresy.
we're comparing them to every other legion. They arid.
They arid as
man.
fuck. Yeah.
In
Bullshit.
30k, even the fists have more drip than the Raven Guard. The
They
fists
do.
have no creativity
Wait, I thought you
whatsoever.
loved the tactical aesthetic.
Don't.
But they fail at that. They don't look cool.
Not in heresy.
I mean, to be fair, we're not talking about heresy.
Yeah,
in
we're
this
not talking about
case.
heresy. No, they
But
do.
in
They do
heresy,
belong in
they would
arid.
be much higher.
I
would
say
fight for
high
that one.
arid though. High arid.
Low arid.
Arid. Unfortunately, I want to put them ahead of the Carcharodons still, personally. But
You can still vote that, Aaron. It's a valid vote.
no, yeah, I like a lot of the insignias and the fucking cool shoulder pads and helmets, fucking in between the Blood Angels and the Carcharodons for me.
Okay.
All right, the feathers are a big fat fucking whatever. Personally,
Well, actually, hang on. They're new character models though. Fucking
Those fuck.
incredible.
He looks fucking awful.
You look fucking awful.
Bruh.
He looks fucking awful.
Bruh.
He looks like an RTLW mini. When you put him next to Primarch Raven Guard Marines with jump packs, he looks
does.
so fucking out of place. It's unreal. I've been spending I spent the last like month or two like kind of low-key dogging on Saturnine because it looks so out of place. Honestly, when we're talking about him, this guy, this new Raven Guard chapter master, Saturnine looks fine. This guy looks so fucking third party, it's unreal. His jump pack. So, well, you know why 40k is so popular? Because it's able
Sorry, I'm
make
bringing out the popcorn.
this
Hold up. Okay, I'm ready.
gothic kind of sci-fi aesthetic meld together and work and look awesome. This new Raven Guard guy's jump pack looks like it belongs in fucking Halo. It's got no 40k visual identity whatsoever. They've gotten rid of all of the Primaris markers on his body in exchange for these weird jagged things, which have no coherency with even Firstborn. The guy looks like a third-party mini. He doesn't look like he belongs. Listen, the model is cool, right? It's clearly been well made by guys who know what they're doing. Does not belong in 40k. Get him the fuck out. Go back to fucking Halo.
Tom, do you want to hear my conspiracy theory about him?
Yeah, maybe it'll make me feel better.
I think he was sculpted by one of the AOS mini designers. That's my gut feeling.
Do you know who he looks like? Who he's got the most in common with?
Who?
What's the guy's name? He's got the mini he has the most in common with is the redone version of Farsight.
Oh shit!
Yeah. He's got more in common with. You know what? He's got whoever made Farsight made this 100%.
Might be right.
Is the model like a well done model? Absolutely. Does it look cool? Objectively speaking, hell yeah. But when you put it next to any Primaris models or Firstborn models or any 40k models whatsoever, he sticks out like a fucking poo in a hot tub. It ain't the one.
Holy fuck.
At least when you put this Calgar next to other Ultramarines, he looks like he belongs there, right?
Yeah. Like a
anyways, that's my dog shit take for the day.
Okay. Aaron, you still putting him in damp?
Yeah, because I was basing it off the fellas, not the single guy.
Yeah.
I'm putting him in. I'm putting him above the Lamenters, to be honest.
Yeah, I can deal with that. At least he's not yellow.
I say him as if it's like one person. I'm putting the Raven Guard in low, high arid.
The guy looks great, by the way. When you like kit bash him into a Night Lord, Chaos Lord with jump pack, he looks good. He looks way better as that than he does as a Raven Guard.
True. That's true. Yeah. Ooh, you know what he would probably make? I say this, and you're probably gonna be pissed about it, but you could probably use some bits from him and use him to make a kit bash of your vampire boys.
Yeah, he's not chaosy enough. It's a bit too plain. The thing about the Night Lords is, obviously the Night Lords are Chaos Space Marines, right? But if you were making, say, a Night Lord Warband inspired by, was it the 8th Company? Is that Talus's fellas? You could get away with having a slightly less chaos presence, and so that visual for a slightly more renegade-looking Night Lord Warband has precedent. My Vampire Chaos Space Marines that I've been working on, they are full chaos. They're not sat there in the middle. They are like, you know. And obviously, like, if I was going to use a mini that looked like a fucking third-party mini, I would just get a third-party mini.
Valid. Well, I think that puts it still in a high arid, right? I think there's 3 high arid. Okay. Moving on to the Red Scorpions.
This one's going to hurt me because I fucking adore the Red Scorpions. They are so fucking cool. They're not cool because of what they look like, though. They are arid.
Ooh.
Their visual identity is like based on how much you like the fucking silhouette of a scorpion in red. Because like when you take that away, it's a whole ass nothing burger. They have like one cool librarian character from the 2015 range.
I'm putting them in damp immediately because that's sick as fuck Leviathan Dreadnought they've got.
Listen, Carib Colin's Leviathan Dreadnought with like the twin assault cannons on one arm is very cool. He's just one fella. I can't do it based on one fella. I really can't.
But I can.
Listen. I love the old Forge World Mark III models so much.
Yeah.
I just love seeing them around and knowing that there's a chapter that has a bunch of that going on. I love the aesthetic too much. I don't think I could put it lower than Drizzle.
They have, actually, it's quite funny. They're one of only 2 chapters in the setting in 40k. Obviously, you know, the onset of Primaris has turned this lore into just a waste of time, right? But they're one of only 2 known chapters in 40k. There might be a third. If there is, someone tell me in the comments. And quote your lore source. Don't fucking quote Reddit. There is 2 canon chapters in the setting that have an excess of Mark IV. And the Red Scorpions are one of them. The other actually being the Iron Hands proper. So if you like Mark IV, the Red Scorpions are a good one to go. There's that wonderful artwork of a Red Scorpions veteran in Mark IV just holding a sword and a bolt pistol, who looks sensational from, I think it's from Vrax. It could be Badab, one of the two. But yeah, no, I think they have great chapters. I think they got a cool color scheme and they got a really cool visual identity. But again, the competition right now is, hey, these are all we've gone and collected all the chapters that have some sort of exceptional visual element. And don't get me wrong, I love chapters that look past of like just a 99%, where it's like, hey, we are defined by what we do, not what we look like. Which personally, if you're homebrew, and I think that's how you should do it. I don't see the Red Scorpions being particularly high for me. I think I would take back what I said about the Howling Griffins and apply it to the Red Scorpions. Even though I like them a lot, I think they're a great chapter. I like them a lot, but their visual identity is kind of like it's just Codex compliant.
I think I agree. Mostly, I think specifically, there's these specific visuals that make me want to put them higher, and I think like the Leviathan, for example, and this art of Carcharodons. I think those specifically is where I go like, okay, low damp, like below Carcharodons. I think that's pretty much the highest I think I could personally put them.
Yeah, I can understand that. I think for me, I'm high arid, and I might be being a bit biased because that high arid is coming from my love of them as a chapter, you know, in their lore and whatnot, right? And I couldn't bear to have them below the Raven Guard.
Listen, as a Raven Guard fan, I admit we have the worst fucking 40k lore out there. I'm so sorry.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, it is pretty bad.
Pretty bad range as well, to be honest. Actually, the Red Scorpions have more unique character models than the Raven Guard, and they've got those two unique banner bearers. Who look fucking awesome from the old Forge World range. They've got the Leviathan Dreadnought. They've got that sick as fuck unique Chief Librarian, again, old Forge World range, and that unique Siege Dreadnought / Veteran Dreadnought. They actually have shitloads of unique characters from the old Forge World range.
They also have a sick Badab War color scheme.
Yeah, well, it's just a normal color scheme, right?
No,
that's why I put them in Drizzle. I couldn't rate them lower.
I don't think they deserve much higher than Arid. All these characters. All right, yeah, sure. I can wrap my head around a high damp low drizzle.
High damp low drizzle. Okay.
Yeah, so I've just gone and looked up their unique Siege Venerable Dreadnought. That thing makes me want to fucking go to the bathroom for a few minutes to clean one out.
Incredible.
He's got a goddamn double heavy bolter on one hand, man. Like, what more do you want?
Send the pic. I want to see this as well.
Want me in the bathroom or the Dreadnought?
No, whichever comes first, I guess.
Come on, comment. Have a look at.
I'm about to come.
Someone else can Okay. This one. I think this guy looks sick. I love him. The guy who's painted this up this model has been very sparing with it, but I still think it's a sensational model. The banner is so cool.
Guy. Oh yes, this little fella. He's cool.
Yeah, we forget that there's a bunch of random ass chapters from that sort of 2015-ish range who had a bunch. And there's this one as well. There's such a small picture, so I can't find a bigger picture of this, but we can put it on the screen at the same timestamp. But there was a unique range, a unique sort of librarian squad for the Red Scorpion. Everyone forgot about. They were fucking awesome. Yeah,
they're so cool.
Yeah, everyone forgot about this.
Okay, to be honest, with all this new information, with the new evidence.
Wait, no, this is 30k. It doesn't count.
No, this isn't. This is Badab.
This is Badab.
The Red Scorpions. Red Scorpions
Forge World was
Legion,
popping off, Aaron. You don't even know.
These guys as well.
Right.
Red Scorpions around that sort of 2015 era of Badab stuff was like actual. This is why a lot of people are kind of worried they're going to try and totally redo Badab with Primaris stuff to try and cash in on these awesome old school models again. I mean, it's like if they do it, we'll have to see how they do it. But if they do it the same way they butchered Armageddon, I might have to kill most.
If they want to, hold on, wait. No, so if they want to redo like any of this stuff, but keep the swag, actually give us Primaris swag. I'm all for it. Just give me more personality to the Primaries, please.
I hope they do like a made to order run of these guys, like they do for a lot of the old stuff. That would be brilliant, but they won't.
Red Scorpion with Dolph Lundgren, yeah, buddy. Sverige nummer 1, ja. Hopplan sa. Okay, well, with this new information,
I feel like
in mind, with this new information in mind,
drizzle is definitely deserved here.
High drizzle for sure.
Fuck the Minotaurs.
Fuck them.
Obviously, fuck Howling Griffins in the process, right?
Yeah, I mean, if these guys are,
I'm fine with that.
If these guys are like the sort of high standard, then that's fair enough, I think.
I think they're dope as hell. I think they're cooler than the Deathwatch 100% with this all this new information in mind.
Right, you can stop talking now. You can stop talking.
Actually, now that I think about it, might be Turret. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we got a real big contender up next.
Well, it's interesting you say that. So we have the Salamanders up next. And well, Aaron, you are our resident Salamander stan. You want to pop off, King?
Pop off, King. I mean, I think as far as like firstborn, founding chapters go, these guys are just kind of the fucking pinnacle of fashion, I'll be honest. Like, there's some, obviously, like offshoot chapters that have also pretty good fucking grip, but these guys, I think, for original chapters, number one, baby. As they got so much going for them, man. They've got their scale draconic-esque armor with the bronze highlights and sort of artisan smithy bits thrown in, along with sick as fuck Drake scale capes and like weapons of their own design, like melter gauntlets, and just slapping shit really anywhere they want, along with the just massive variety of weapons that they use, just purely because they feel like making one day in their own form. So it's all entirely unique. No weapon in the Salamanders is ever actually kind of the same. So they all bling themselves out accordingly to however the fuck they want, which is just kind of the drippiest thing fucking going. If you look at all of them and you're going, oh man, yeah, we've got these guys will get the fucking job done. Like, it's simple as
Yeah.
every single one of them looks different, but the same in a good way at the same time.
Listen, I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're torrential drip.
That makes one of us.
reason being is like there's two coming up that I will be like arguing for torrential drip, and the things that those have on the Salamanders don't have that keeps them from torrential drip, in my opinion, is the Salamanders don't do anything visually that is utterly vital to the core visual identity of the Space Marines. Now, they are fucking awesome. They're really, really cool. I would say if we put them any lower than low downpour, that's madness. I do not think they're torrential drip, though. I really don't. They are cool on their own, but like, yeah, I don't want to spoil like the two ones I think are torrential drip, but the two I think are torrential drip are like utterly pivotal to the identity of Space Marines, and the Salamanders just don't have that. They are
knowing you, one of them is definitely the White Scars. But
no, what the fuck? No, lol. No, I don't even like the White Scars. I think I'm putting bro. I'll tell you now, the White Scars are going with the Raven Guard. They're going in the bin. I'm sorry, White Scars.
I thought you like the White Scars more.
White Scars can fuck off, honestly. But yeah, I think the Salamanders are high drizzle, low downpour. I'm willing to say low downpour.
I think for me it's a difficult one because I agree mostly with with everything, but like I think they suffer sort of from the Deathwatch thing, where it's like the individuality of each Marine becomes an issue for me, because I don't know. Maybe it's just that I don't really fuck with this their specific swag, but I think they have some really cool aesthetics. I think when they're at the coolest, it's like one of the coolest fucking thing a Salamander can do is like when they use the scales as like a face mask. that shit looks
Well,
baller.
that's a Horus Heresy thing.
But yeah, and that's a Horus Heresy thing. It's not a 40k thing.
Well, I'm gonna interject because you're wrong.
Interesting.
They don't have that individuality that you're talking about. Like your comparison to Deathwatch is entirely moot, which obviously is your namesake.
Holy fuck!
That's not something that is the case. You're gonna find their rank and file dudes look fairly standard, in the same way that the Blood Angel guys look fairly standard. But unlike the Blood Angels dudes, there is a precedent for them having artificer armor and unique characters that have an astounding visual identity amongst them. So much so that unlike the Blood Angels, we can kind of overlook that rank and file kind of, I don't want to say boringness. Like we've all seen Sakan, right? He's really quite boring because he's meant to.
Yeah.
You are a fucking idiot. He's a relatively boring looking guy, right? He's a very rank and file salamander, but the visual identity of their unique characters is so overwhelmingly cool. Even though it's got no contributing factor to the core identity of Space Marines, it's so goddamn badass that I can't put it outside of Downpour. You know? Yeah, I don't know where you've plucked this unique thing like the Deathwatch between rank and file dudes from. I think this is just, you know.
Well, I mean,
don't think you know what you're talking about, mate.
I'm just mostly looking at their art. It's like a lot of the time they just, you know, I mean, there's the common visual languages, but a lot of the time it's just like one will look sort of like in more in a certain way, one will look more certain in another way, and it's just like it becomes.
Well, let's look at the compounding elements, the things they have in common. You've always got like the Drake scale. That's a thing that's always there, or is often there. Even in that, you find the artwork of the Gravis, the Aggressor Squad, right? You got that Drake scale. You got the Braziers. You've got the flame motifs on their armor. Flame motifs on their armor. That's a rank and file thing. The Drake scale, right? And the Braziers. I think that is. I think that's what we should be looking at here, and I think those things alone put them well above like the fucking Blood Angels or the fucking Red Scorpions.
100%, 100%. I don't disagree with that. I just, I think I also want to put them like in probably a high drizzle and or. Actually, do I want to put them above the Red Scorpions? Tough one.
I don't.
Oh, you guys are fucking insane. May I remind you? Listen. We put them over the line with the veteran Red Scorpion Dreadnought, right? Which is very cool, right? May I remind you about Ashmantle?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Ashmantle.
Look, Ashmantle is frankly the only thing I actually like about the Salamanders.
That's just kind of racist. Not gonna lie.
Listen. I do not like green mixed with orange and yellow. It offends me in a way I cannot explain.
Green mixed with orange.
Did you hate Christmas as well? You fucking
Only
formless
certain
minger,
aesthetics.
right?
Formless minger.
I'm sorry. I got to rate the bottom of drizzle.
Bottom of drizzle. Fuck that. Definitely. I mean, low downpour for sure. Low drizzle, crackhead energy.
Torrential drip, mate. You guys are wrong.
Putting them below anything in drizzle is madness to me. I could put them past the Iron Hands even, to be fair. I could put them between the Iron Hands and the Grey Knights, to be honest, for me.
Between the Iron Hands and Grey Knights. Ooh, interesting.
I think on average that's where they end up.
What about you, Mr. Invalid Opinion?
Well, I'm looking at Ashmantle here, right? And I do really like Ashmantle. Does one cool dreadnought change my opinion overall? That's the question, though.
But what about many cool dreadnoughts?
What about Histan? What about the fucking Adrax with his goddamn thunder cutting hammer? You know, the dude with a burning spear. He's literally got a Dark Souls weapon, bro. What are you talking about? I want to slap your nuts. You weren't listening about the flame motifs and the braziers.
I was.
They've got red eyes. They've got glowing red eyes, for fuck's sake.
There are many other chapters who have glowing red eyes, Tom.
Name one.
Moods, it's
Name
okay.
one.
You could join me in Drizzle.
Name one.
You know what, Tom? You've convinced me. They're below red scorpions and Drizzle.
I didn't say that.
Well, that's the votes. One for bottom of Drizzle,
No,
one for
that's
middle
the
of Drizzle,
torrential drip.
one
There's no way that
for
was there.
middle of
I think-
downpour, and one for torrential.
Mid downpour is where I think they go.
Mid
Yeah, I think
downpour.
on that average, they end up exactly where Tom wanted them. I think
Is
between Grey Knights. I'd say
between Grey Knights and Iron Hounds?
Yeah.
What,
I
do
think
we
on
do we
average,
reckon?
that's where they go.
Yeah. Fucking actual moots. Mate, you're you could not be trusted with the tier list again, bro. Actual menace out here.
Tom assumes to control maybe once or twice a fucking session. This is like 5.
Wait, I have not. I'm putting forth
That was
my
an
opinion.
average.
I'm
That was
putting.
an average.
That was the average. I'm putting forth my opinion on the matter. That's
Well,
not
wrong
direct
opinion.
control.
You
Right,
fucking wrong.
we're moving to an AI generated model for all our art moving forwards. This guy cannot be. The artist here is moralless, bro. Might as well save some money. We're not actually going to. Don't crucify us. We're not going to do that. But you're making me think about it, Moots. All right, Sons of Medusa.
Sons of Medusa. These are your babies, Tom. Literally,
Yeah,
your
Arid.
model as well. So
Arid.
Arid.
I mean, just
Yeah.
about the model average.
I mean, I get much like the Red Scorpions before I remembered they had a load of great models. the Sons of Medusa, I love them. I love their color scheme. If we were doing like a color scheme tier list, right, I'd put them way higher up. I think their color scheme is sensational. If I was prepared to be as petty about these guys as you two were about the Howling Griffins, then I'd try to argue for them being in high drizzle. But because my opinions have consistency, they're arid. They're like above the Raven Guard, and that's about it.
Now, I want to say we never excluded the paint scheme from what count. Like,
No, I know,
counting.
but we
a huge part.
that's true. No, that's true. But if we're going with, hey, here's a chapter with a cool paint scheme, like the Howling Griffins, versus here's a chapter with a cool paint scheme and a very strong cultural motif, it's like the paint scheme alone ain't enough.
No, of course.
Which is
not.
why I think the Howling Griffins should be in the toilet, but you guys decided to put them on a bloody trophy stand.
Look, can I make a case here?
Can you?
In my mind, the Sons of Medusa have all of the like visual affect of the Iron Hands, but they're green, and that appeals to me. Because you see, ever since I was 10 years old, I've been obsessed with the color green, and I cannot help but
You were pretty
love
critical
that
of the
shade
color green a minute ago.
That it was the wrong shade of green, frankly. Wrong shade of green. You see, when I was 10, I loved Ben 10 so much that color is like wormed its way into my brain, and I can't help but like them. So for me, they're basically
I
Iron
vibe with
Hands
that.
plus.
As the resident Sons of Medusa guy, I can tell you pretty conclusively that in terms of visual depictions in the IACs and the very small quantity of official artwork they have nowhere near the color variation that the Iron Hands do. They do have one cool color variation thing, though, that is worth mentioning, and that is in their vehicles. This is something that's quite funny because this is something that is present and proven with the IACs that the Astartes 2 animation trailer has failed to do. And that's that all canon depictions of their vehicles outside of that trailer shows that their vehicles are actually all pitch black with asymmetrical green stripes down them. Obviously, in the Astartes animation, they've gone, just make them green, call it a day. Probably for like brand recognition purposes, right? Or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
But I think that is a cool visual element, which is why I think they are ahead of the Raven Guard. They do not have all the gold and excessive drip that the Iron Hands have. Whilst we know that the Sons of Medusa are like true sons of Ferrus Manus and they have all this like mechanical stuff, we only actually know they do. We don't actually have visual depictions of that in excess like we have with the Iron Hands. You'll never find an artwork of the Sons of Medusa looking as cool as like the one Mooks has done in this thumbnail here, or any of the like other Adrian Smith stuff, right? So It's a real tough one because I do love the Sons of Medusa, but they are at the high end of Arid. There's no way I can justify putting them higher. They have like no thematics that the Iron Hands don't outshine massively.
How
You know
does
what?
how does
You've
this
taught me
piece of
around,
art
honestly.
make you think?
Sega moves.
How does this piece of art, like, does it change your opinion in a way, shape, or form?
Well, we can talk about the Rogue Trader alt color scheme for them, but it's like it's fine. It looks kind of like scratched cheese. I think just here's the thing: it's cool to have an alternative color scheme, right? But that alternative color scheme has to also be cool.
Yeah, no,
I'm afraid this one ain't the one.
I think the Rogue Trader alternative color schemes are hilarious. I love them, but not because I think they look
Hilarious is
cool.
the right word. Yeah.
They look very funny. They look very funny. I actually
fuck me. There is a I don't know where I would find it, but there is a book that depicts an official in one of it was a white dwarf. Here it is. So this is depicted in official white dwarf. Use the same timestamp. Here we go. Of the Sons of Medusa, a more modernized version of that. It looks more like an Afghan desert kind of color scheme. I do think this is cool. Do I think it's like an amazing color scheme? Not particularly. I think it's kind of cool that they have it though.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just something to note. This is an official depiction in some official material. This is someone who's taken like a picture of it. It's whatever. Again, I don't think this brings them higher in the tiers for me. I think their color scheme is great, but it's again, we're competing with chapters that have strong visual identities that stretch outside of the norm whilst connecting to the setting larger. Sons of Medusa just don't have that. High Arid.
I think so too. I think high arid is very valid.
Tom, you
I
have
like
got
it.
me
I
to
like
lower
the
it.
green and the bits and the bobs.
And again, like I think that if this is proof, like no matter how much I'm prepared to dog on the Carcharodons, like as much as I love these things, it doesn't mean that like as much as I love to dog on some of these things, it doesn't mean they've got bad color schemes. Another thing the Sons of Medusa have that we haven't spoken about is they have red dreadnoughts. If those dreadnoughts are they're not called Tech Marine dreadnoughts because they have green dreadnoughts as well, but the inference is, hey, this is a Tech Marine dreadnought.
That's cool.
And if you think Tech Marine dreadnoughts aren't canon because you can't think of any, the Ultramarines have a canon Tech Marine dreadnought. I'll have to go find the source on that if you chase me for it. So Tech Marine dreadnoughts are a thing. So yeah, they do have color variation, but again, it's very boring stuff when you sort of have to put them up against the other things you've put in this list.
I've got to draw a Tech Marine dreadnought for my Iron Gorgers now. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh yeah, it's a dreadnought with like a giant manacle on the back.
Cool as fuck, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I'm not nothing more to say, or I'm just going to go around in circles. I will say they've got 3 different core color schemes. Because they have 3 clans. They have 3 clans, and each clan has a slightly different color scheme. The first color scheme for the Megaera clan is basically all green with a little bit of white. The second clan, which is the one that everyone depicts for them, is green and black. And then they've got the Lachesis, which is green and gold. I don't know which one of these is the one being depicted in the Astartes 2 animation, but I'm pretty sure it has to be one of them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It is. Oh no, it is Lachesis. Lachesis, the gold one, is going to be the one. Oh, that's really cool. Maybe that's why their vehicles aren't black, because the black ones with the green stripes are the Atropos clan. So maybe black vehicles is unique to Atropos, and green vehicles are Lachesis.
Tom, you have changed my vote twice over the course of this.
Maybe go down and go back up again.
Yes, you have. So like, you convinced me right down to like top of damp, but then you were talking about the different clans. They have the different color schemes, and they've got gold in this one, and they have a varied stuff. And I'm back down to like bottom of drizzle.
All right, I'll concede and put them in mid damp so that someone can have like. What do you and Aaron think? Where are you two putting? I don't know where you guys are putting them.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Arid. What about you, Aaron?
I like the scheme and everything, but yeah, it's nothing worthwhile. Below Raven Guard.
Below Raven
Below
Guard,
Raven
fuck me,
Guard,
I'll put
yeah.
them in
At
drizzle.
least Raven Guard have unique armor and insignias and quadrupeds.
Come on, man. Let's still be
They
adults.
don't
here,
have
man.
unique armor. They just have the fucking Mark 6, which is still plenty common prior to M42.
I think even without you changing your vote, Tom, it would average them out to below
down?
the Carcharodons, I'd say.
Yeah. I'm okay. I think that's a fair spot for them.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's very generous. I think they're very lucky to get that. Considering I'm the Sons of Medusa guy and I opened with bad.
For sure.
Right.
Well, it's very interesting. We still haven't gotten any torrential drip yet, but we've got a nice distribution here. Well, so next up is the Space Wolves, and I've dogged on the Space Wolves
Same.
quite a lot over the years that we've been on the YouTube channel. But
They are, in fact, the only chapter in canon who I would say are actually just stupid. Low IQ Space Marines.
There are the Brothers of the Snake. They did. Those guys had a whole argument where like, we can't use advanced tactics. We can't use cunning. That's not befitting.
That's not fucking great.
Sorry, let's continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine. Fucking no. Tactics? No, thank you.
Cunning?
Thinking? No, please. Why use many words when few do fine? But yeah, no, I think I've been on a journey, maybe like a little bit like Lehman Russ, spiritual journey. To
fucking Spirit Quest.
The Spirit Quest to learn more about the Space Wolves.
Actual totem druid moment right here.
Did you look at your family tree or something?
I mean, I don't want to look too far back. It becomes a circle at some point. It's not very good. That's another story. But it's. I think, especially with the new models that have come out recently, we were talking about, as Croc had said, the Blood Angels were sacrificed in order to give, there's 2 chapters, some extra amount of swag, and one of those was the Space Wolves. I wasn't a big fan of the older interpretations of Space Wolves. I think they still have some nice elements still. And however, obviously it's like all of this wolf, this, wolf, that. But the new iterations of the Space Wolves have they have become really good.
Yeah.
I'm actually a huge fan of the new models.
Yeah. I got to agree, their lore kind of ass. And, I'm not a Scandinavu because I'm never going to spend any money on them. But their models slap and their artwork slaps.
Yeah.
I think they're a low torrential drip. I really do. I think they've got an established aesthetic. It's not core to Space Marines. So maybe I should be going for high downpour. But I think they've got a really well-defined visual. They're one of those chapters that even people who don't really know 40k, they're one of only 2 or 3 chapters, 3 or 4 chapters, that people who don't really know 40k are able to identify. So I'd say low torrential drip.
Mm-hmm. If I may, I want to talk a little bit about the Space Wolf aesthetic and their art. Because for a good long time, I wasn't the biggest fan. I appreciated, Vikings in space. Oh, cool. And I agree with your guys' opinions on the new models. The new models are absolutely excellent. I think they actually fixed a lot of problems that were present in the old Firstborn kit, which I think is like a first for me. Yeah. They've actually added quite a bit through this new update, and I think they've done a really good job. They look the part. And returning to the artwork, though, while I wholeheartedly agree the Space Wolf lore is kind of convoluted, overly protagonistic, and just dumb quite frequently, having read, I read Space Wolf not too long ago. It's all about like Ragnar Blackmane becoming a Space Marine. But having read that, it's caused me to reassess how I thought about the artwork of the Space Wolves, because so much of it makes a point to show them on Fenris and the relationship they have with the world. And on a deeper level, the way that their bodies kind of represent their kind of hunting in their natural habitat. There's a lot of storytelling going on visually that I think I was kind of blind to before I tried to drink the Kool-Aid and see what the viewpoint is for a Space Wolf fan. And now, yeah, I get it. I really get it. So I like Tom. I have to say, low torrential drip. Honestly, high downpour, low torrential drip.
Yeah, I'm in the same spot. High downpour, low torrential drip. Yeah, I think I've got, like I said, I've got two more here on this list that I think are just immediate torrential drip, and I think they'd be ahead of this, but I still think this one's really high, for sure.
What do you say, Aaron?
I still don't like them. I still don't like them in the slightest.
Well, forget their lore, because I don't like their lore either. I think they're fucking
it's not
stupid.
about the lore. I've never liked the vibe either.
Professional hater has risen once more.
kind of.
Crazy.
We got the Carcharodons out the way, thank God.
And like in my book, looking at these guys and next guys, like I see them and I see Blood Angels in the same boat. It's like they've got a bit more customization.
They got loads more, bro. What are you
I don't like them. Like fucking Minotaurs was a bit of a personal pick, admittedly, but then the other two in Drizzle were a bit nicer. Especially the fucking
crazy shit, bro.
Do we need to show these models to Aaron again? What is going on?
I know what they look like. Doesn't mean I like them.
Well, I know, but you do understand though that like unlike the Blood Angels, Space Wolves do look very different from guy to guy while still maintaining a coherent theme, which is basically better than the critiques we had of the Deathwatch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
Like, is it them you don't like, or their appearance you don't like? Which one is it, Aaron?
Both.
I don't like them. I think they are fucking stupid. I think the lore is ass. I think every other Space Wolf book is like is a miss.
I don't know. It's like there's something about them I can't bring myself to like. Like maybe it's because I went through the whole like Nordic like
you did. You had some actual
bit.
fucking. You had some questionable tattoos. You did.
Yeah, and then those have been covered over.
Yeah. Oh, it's shame. You don't like them because you feel guilt.
No, what?
You feel shame. You feel shame.
No, I've never been.
Or is it cringe?
Like
cringe. Yeah.
Is it like Nordabu? Like you feel cringy about that stage in your life?
Well, no, it's not about me. I'm just saying maybe it's because I'm done with that. That I'm
that is
about them.
That's valid, honestly.
Like they don't interest me in the slightest. The highest I could do them is Drizzle, and that's below Red Scorpion Drizzle.
Ruthless. I mean, I stand by where I'm at. I'm not going to fucking force them. I still think they're low torrential drip, high downpour.
Moots, what are you thinking?
Low torrential drip.
Okay, so we got two for low torrential drip, high downpour. We got one for just low torrential drip. We got another for drizzle. I think that places them probably just ahead of Deathwatch or just behind Deathwatch. What do you reckon, Aaron? Ahead of Deathwatch or behind Deathwatch?
Did Deathwatch get like quintessential downpour votes?
Got high downpour, yeah.
Was that everyone said that?
No, I thought they were torrential, but then Zarek had to be a loser.
Hey, I wasn't. Moots put him way lower than me.
Yeah, I mean, Moots had to be a loser as well. But I mean,
that's still way higher than I'd put them. So you guys figure that one out.
All right, ahead of Deathwatch, I think would be for me personally.
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay.
When we get to the end, we may just have to rebalance this to like be more even.
Maybe there is no torrential drip. Maybe we'll see.
So right. Before we go any further,
mythical place.
The next one is obviously Black Templars. Before we talk about the fucking caricature of the Black Templars fan or anything like that, I would like to remind all of you of the 3rd edition John Blanche. Space Marine. Yes, it is. You
It is.
Yes, it
It
is. You
is.
fucking
Oh.
melt.
Fuck you. No, I know.
How?
Aaron,
the black,
your brain is arid right now.
the Black Templars, and I'm not the biggest Black Templars fan, much like with the Space Wolves, right? However, unlike the Space Wolves, the visual aesthetic of the Black Templars is utterly foundational to Space Marines in their entirety. I find the Black Templars are, visually speaking, apart from one other faction on this list, are just absolutely core to the visual identity of the Adeptus Astartes. And they have so much obscenely badass artwork, even more than the Grey Knights. Official artwork at that as well, not including the fan art stuff. And whilst we've all met at least one Black Templar fan who was fucking unbearable, I do think that they are some of the quintessential Space Marines, and I would be very upset if we did not put them in high torrential drip. I find that they are foundational to the setting. Me personally.
Well, I was talking before about how I love the knightly aesthetic in chapters, and how I think it is such a shame that we don't see more of that, or how chapters in general don't embrace that, because the
Primaris killed it.
well, quite, and it's
Used to see it quite a lot, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly, and it's. I've used the example before that, like, the 40k setting in general, if you want to like try and like, how do you say, compress it, you could see the Warhammer 40k, like the galaxy as a whole. Like, imagine itself, it's just a continent instead, and like each Space Marine chapter is a knightly house with their own traditions, their own family trees, and whatever, their own history. And the Black Templars embody so much of that. As you say, they have such a history. They are core to the style. John Blanche art is so fundamentally core with the Black Templars. I have no problem whatsoever putting them at the in torrential drip.
Yeah, I agree completely.
I think what they also have is they succeed where the Iron Hands haven't been given the room. Especially with color. With their use of red and yellow in sparing parts, as well as the common contrast where they'll put plasma and power weapons in to get that blue coming in.
Yeah.
You have the full range of everything that you can do with black and white in this army. Every combination on top and every accent you can give it. Furthermore, Clegg! Furthermore, I know that this isn't official, but I think of those models done by Ed, one of the users in our Discord.
Oh yeah, his extra grim dark Black Templars that have shown up on the podcast maybe 5 times.
Yeah, I love them so much. But they've got the real Hessian sack looking robes.
Yeah,
I've got one of those.
The real yes. Oh yeah, of course you do. You fucking animal. No, I was paranoid for a lot of the time. I was a student because I had this big Hessian sack. It was one of the ones that GW sold for a Christmas thing, and it was Departmentum Minotaurs stamped and everything. And that was my laundry bag, and I'd haul it down to the laundry room at the end of every week. I was really hoping no one looked at the Imperial Eagle and went, "Oh, you're a fascist." Just hoping that the rest of my countenance dissuaded them of that belief. But no, sincerely, I don't think there's any other chapter, one, which I think Tom might also have stuff to say about, that quite captures that level of classic 40k. I likewise have to put them in torrential.
Has kept that core of 40k despite suffering from the tropes of Primarisification, much like the Space Wolves. They survived the transition. I'm so sorry that the Blood Angels haven't, but shit fucking happens.
The Blood Angels fans, I tried to get you higher. I'm sorry.
Just get better swag, duh. Yeah. What do you say, Aaron?
You guys aren't gonna like this.
I knew I wasn't gonna like
for
it.
God's sakes.
The contrarian strikes again.
It's not contrarian. I said it earlier in the fucking podcast. If anything, I'm doubling down on my point. And that's, I think, the greatest everything they do, but cooler. In every sense of the fucking matter.
Even Glig hates your opinion.
I hate no, I love that guy. I'll say that.
What the Black Templars do that the Grey Knights don't is that they show knights at their weakest and at their strongest in having their Crusader squads with the neophytes in amongst the Battle Brothers, where they're literally squiring them.
Yeah.
You get the true knight aesthetic. That is not something you can ever get in a Grey Knight's army, because they are by definition too elite to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Black Templars get that fully authentic, like, knight aesthetic going on, and as well with their like lords and marshals who look more like the Sigmarite priests from fantasy with their big high collars and stuff.
I think as well, like,
Yeah,
not like in the Black Templars visual is obviously right. Everything's, you know, you're allowed, you're entitled to your opinion, right? But there's a level of, especially when you think about John Blanche, there's a level of them being just utterly core to the visual inspiration of everything else in the Black Templars. There's Black Templar artwork that predates
Like,
pretty much everything, right?
Don't get me wrong. I like John Blanche as much as the next guy.
Evidently
I
not.
don't think one artist's work is enough to glorify them to the point of modern day standards being stupidly high as well.
Well, it's-
If
well, I mean,
it's just John Blanche, then yes, it is.
I mean, even if it, okay, well,
he's
even
done
if it's
other
not-
works. He's
Okay,
done
well,
other stuff that's
well, here's
equally
the thing,
cool,
though,
if
even
not
if-
better. But everyone puts the fucking Black Templar stuff on a pedestal
Well,
because
let's
it's cool as
say-
fuck. I'm not saying it's not good, but I think it's overdone.
But
I
let's
think
say we don't do like John Blanche. Let's throw John Blanche in the bin for a minute, and we look at more modern 40k stuff, like Lewis Jones, who's the current main big guy. Sorry, Zarek, you can timestamp this again. Who's the main big guy in GW's art department for the codices, is absolutely making the Black Templars fuck. You know, and then we could go somewhere in the middle and look at Adrian Smith around 4th or 5th ed. His stuff is absolutely fucking sensational. You know, there was a guy called what's his name, Paul Dainton, who did this artwork again. Sorry, Zarek, around 5th, 6th ed. You know, it's John Blanche. Yeah, sure, he's absolutely foundational. But every big artist that's worked at 40k has had a chance to make the Black Templars even more iconic, you know. And whilst I don't necessarily agree with the take that we can't just rely on John Blanche stuff, because I think John Blanche he's more foundational to 40k than most stuff that's actually in 40k.
No, I'm not disagreeing of that. I'm saying his work specifically in Black Templars is just like, it's like 40k gospel, and I'm kind of tired of it.
Well, this is why I'm showing you these as well. This is further stuff down the line, right?
No, these are good, yeah.
You know, there's other artists as well like you're looking for. You know,
I don't dislike it. Like, I'm not against it, but I still personally, I think Grey Knights just look kind of better.
Where would you put them then? What tier would you put them in? Because Grey Knights we managed to get to Downpour.
I could justify Downpour, but not Torrential Drip.
That's fair. You should take a look at
but Downpour specifically below Grey Knights in this case.
You should take a look at Fiend Huguenot Eke Kanfi's Black Templars. He's got away with doing swords. It's so fucking cool. Okay, so we got one for Downpour. That's about sort of like mid Downpour, mid-low Downpour. We got 3 for Torrential Trip.
I think it puts it at the very least mid Torrential Drip, but
well, I mean, we need something else to get in there comparative first. But yes, I agree.
Yeah. Right now, it's at the very, very tippy top. And
unfortunate.
this guy right here.
See, now that was being a hater.
no, that's me hating on the tier list. That's fine. That's nothing against Black Templars in that sense.
Right.
Well,
but I don't need any more egos than they already have. The fucking Black Templar fans, man.
We now are moving on to the Ultramarines. I say... sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, please, I insist.
No, you clearly had something to say.
No, you first, good sir.
No, after you. Women first.
After you, I insist.
Oh, I said women first. All right, so yeah, I think these guys are a drizzle.
That's fair. Drizzle? Ooh. Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Like I think they're pretty important. Like, their importance visually should not be understated. They are very important visually. And the blue and gold is just very good. It works well with the whole action aesthetic of like the color palette, blue and orange, like blue and gold, pretty close there. But I can't ever really see them as much more than the atypical Space Marine. And in my head, they've always been the mark of exactly what Drizzle is and what chapters to try to surpass in order to be more than the baseline.
I think that's a really fun take, and it's obviously very symptomatic of the way you're kind of doing your placements in this list, right? Because I have exactly the same take, except for that take, I would put them in Arid.
Holy shit!
Oh, damn!
To me,
of all people, I didn't think.
No, I love the Ultramarines, especially this year. This year and the last year, I've learned to really enjoy the Ultramarines. But the thing is, they are like, again, I've said this throughout this podcast. I think doing a homebrew chapter that does not have these extreme visual elements is the right way to go. We talked about it on the stream when we did the bingo sheet, where having like aesthetics that like extreme aesthetics that are skin deep is very much a blunder for doing homebrew. And most of the chapters we've talked about here that are on this tier list don't have them skin deep, which is great. But the Ultramarines are very much like, hey, here's the starting point. For most chapters, you're going to stay here and you're just going to mess with the color scheme, and that's fine. That's good, even. But when we're comparing them to chapters that have even in Arid, right? We're dogging on the Raven Guard. At least they have like feathers. The only thing about the Ultramarines that would get me to pull them out of Arid would be to spend a few minutes talking about the Victrix Guard, or to go down the loophole of their Horus Heresy stuff, which we said we weren't going to do. Because if we were going to do it, they'd be in torrential drip, because Horus Heresy era Ultramarines fuck repeatedly.
Valid take. But
40k ones, Titus's fur cape is cool and all, but it's
that's about it.
Marnius Calgar's great. I'm glad he's back in Terminator armor, but all their characters are just so like, unless you really like that Ultramarine U symbol, which I do, it's still like, hey, here's the baseline. Here's the very bottom. You work up from here. If you find yourself doing something worse than this, then you've probably fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an unfair take. I mean, it's along the lines of Codex compliance shenanigans.
It's like, for me, Arid isn't bad. It's just this is like unoriginal.
It's fair and reasonable. But I mean, they've been like the big poster boys for a long time, for a good while now, because this blue and gold works. They're very easy to paint, so on and so forth. But there is more. They do have their own like drip in there. Like they have their cool little shoulder capes and tassely cross torso
and things, right? Yeah,
yeah, the Turges. Some of them have some quite majestic capes. The helmets always have some sort of, even for like lieutenant upwards, have some sort of fancy eagle insignia, or like the Victrix Guard ones are like the full face mask like eagles. Yes, fair.
Don't forget, they're Tyrannic War veterans with their own aesthetics going on that were a good part of their visual style for a wee while.
True. They also kind of put the laurel on the map for like Space Marines. They kind of brought that into like its full view for other people to steal and crucify as they want.
I would contest
have this cool Roman Emperor royalty vibe going for them.
I would contest the Tyrannic War thing, because really we're talking about two units ever, and one of them is a single character. And you might say, Tom, you got to look at things like banners and such, right? Because you see that there. You see that shit there for other chapters as well. It's like you see fucking people put orcs on their banners and Gene Stealers and Eldar stuff. So like, I really think it's a real grasping at straws point, the Tyrannic War Vets, because Tyrannic War Vets do have a great aesthetic, but it's such a minute drop in the ocean of the visual identity of the Ultramarines when people do think about Ultramarines. I think if the nicest, it's kind of crazy as well, because like the nicest I could be about the Ultramarines would be the same stuff I said about the Howling Griffins, except the Howling Griffins actually have a really outside of the box choice of colors. And whilst I think blue is a nice color, I like blue. This really is like baseline for me. It's like from here we work upwards if you're going to have a unique visual identity.
I don't completely disagree with that. I think, though, for me, a lot of the Ultramarine stuff, it sits somewhere close to what we're talking about with the Black Templars. They have this sort of old swag, right? But lots of it though is more like Karl Kopinski's favor.
Have you seen the artwork by again, I'm talking about Adrian Smith again? Have you seen the Adrian Smith artwork of like the two or three Ultramarines, and one of them's got this heavy bolter, and these dudes are as wide as they are tall?
Yes.
Right? That one, it's like that is sensational. It's very clearly got this tiny bit of, I mean, a lot of Adrian Smith's artwork has these tiny bits of what I would assume is Vladislav Beksinski artwork, and like especially his backgrounds, and it's very cool. They are super foundational, but it's like you could replace them with any other chapter and do those same artworks, and I would still be putting them in Arid.
Okay, interesting. I think personally I'd put them like in high damp.
I don't know. I could listen. I could put them ahead of the Carcharodons to like take the piss, but I don't think I'd be able to put them ahead of the Blood Angels.
Well, basing it on
is better.
Like if I imagine compared to what we have model-wise or range-wise, art-wise, and all of that, are you sure you wouldn't put them above the Blood Angels?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm absolutely sure.
Okay.
And again, I love them. I think the Victory Card is great, and they're certainly a lot better than the fucking sanguinary 25. Sanguinary. It's certainly a lot better than that, right? I have no problem admitting that. However, like we're talking about Ultramarine characters, yeah, they're great. They ain't Blood Angel characters though. No way, Jose.
Well, if I may, Tom, I'd like to make an appeal to you on the basis of their essential existence to the aesthetic of Space Marines. You know, you're talking about that as quite an important weight with regards to this, to like the Black Templars in particular. And I think the Ultramarines are doing double duty with a lot of their designs. They're simultaneously trying to be the baseline, but also to have their own identity. And so their own identity is subdued and generally very subtle. Especially, but it's, you know, it speaks out quite loud in the Victrix and in that temporary thing of the Tyrannic War veterans. Is that I think they've done a half decent job of expressing a few of their cultural elements while setting the standard for all Space Marines aesthetically.
Well, they don't.
I really agree with that, actually, yeah.
My big point of disagreement with that is that I don't think they set the standard for all Space Marines. They set the standard for Codex Space Marines, of which are almost completely absent from this list. And the reason they're absent from this list is because they all look the fucking same. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is the core identity of the Space Marine. But we're not here to rate the rank and file. We're here to rate the exceptional. The Ultramarines are not exceptional.
No, I mean, that's not... You saying they're not like the baseline isn't like a fair comment, because they are almost definitely the first thing 90% of people who get into 40k see when they see, like, look up anything Warhammer or see anything Warhammer related will be an Ultramarine.
Yeah.
They're poster boys for a reason, because they're kind of quintessentially the baseline for Marines in 40k.
Well, they're poster boys because originally the Blood Angels were the poster boys, but somewhere along the line in the early days,
GW Fists at first.
Well, no, because then they went to the Blood. Listen, they decided that red was too harsh, and then they went fuck it, blue instead. But I'm not alien to the notion that they are the poster boys for a reason, and that reason also contains this level of being iconic. I don't think they're not iconic. I wouldn't have talked about the Adrian Smith artwork if I didn't think they were iconic. I think they are. But again, if you put an Ultramarine, average Ultramarine, in a lineup next to an average one from any of these other chapters, he's getting outdripped. He's getting outdripped by the fucking Raven Guard. He's probably not going to get outdripped by the Lamenter, because that guy looks like piss, but he'll get outdripped by the rest. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to budge. But that's just my take. That's just me. I think Arid.
Arid, okay.
I can take high Arid. I can take very top of Arid.
Very top of Arid.
Their iconic nature could put them in low damp for me.
Okay. Well, I'm putting them in high damp. We have...
Yeah. Middle drizzle for me.
Middle drizzle. Ooh, okay. Aaron, what do you say?
I can agree to middle drizzle. Or
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, or low
That's
drizzle.
probably low drizzle averages then. For high damp.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Fucking Blood Angels just got cooked.
Sorry, lads. Again, I tried.
Democracy is really funny.
It is, isn't it?
Strange thing.
Wonderful. There's a wonderful quote by a certain Emperor Palpatine that summarizes this.
I don't know. I like my Australian dude outside the Chinese restaurant.
What? Oh yeah. It took me a while to connect that. I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Which one's that?
Democracy manifest.
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking one, right? So,
Arrest me for what? Having a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Get your hand off my penis!
What a guy!
If you didn't know, that guy had changed his identity like a dozen or 24 times throughout his life. He was like a character and a half.
Oh, he was like a professional, criminal, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
Sort of like the guy who conducted the robbery which coined the phrase Stockholm Syndrome. He's a real character as well. In an interview on television, he just went, "Oh yeah, I've never worked a normal job ever. All my money is stolen."
Oh, aspirations. Should have been a politician.
Honestly. Right, moving on to White Scars. These are an interesting one. I think they have some pretty sweet drip, but is it enough to break damp for me is a good question here. I'm not so sure.
It's not getting out of damp. That shit is like neck and neck with the fucking Carcharodons on a good day. On a bad day, Raven Guard. Listen, birds and curved swords are cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you like birds and curved swords and top knots. The biggest crime that of the White Scars is that their visual identity in 40k again, Horus Heresy, White Scars, savage. Fucking baller.
Indeed.
But once again, the biggest tragedy is that their 40k identity is cool, but it doesn't match up to their sort of lore.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I'm going for a mid damp for this one. I don't think I need to explain myself.
No, I completely agree.
I can vibe with that.
Yeah. I'm a high damp, but just because I think I kind of like the red and white.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. With a splash of yellow here and there, you know.
Very sensitive. And also, I love the way they do company markings. It's one of my favorite ways to do company markings. Is theirs.
That is true. That is some extra bit of swag right there.
Yo, is this fucking Spears of the Emperor?
So this
Emperor's
is
Spears.
indeed the Emperor's Spears.
Yo.
Very cool. The Emperor's Spears are a fun one for me. I've thought about this quite a lot. I think these guys are like perfect high drizzle. High drizzle, low downpour. Because they are basically, visual identity at least, their shit is basically, and I say this as someone who genuinely, sincerely likes the Emperor's Spears, but their visual identity is Walmart Space Wolves.
Yeah, I was going to say. But I think what they do, right, is that they push the boat out as Primaris Marines first and foremost. They were the first to trial this combined aesthetic. I think it's fair to say.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Sure.
So they have, I think it's fair to credit them some presence there in the same way that we do for the Ultramarines, but certainly not anywhere near to a similar extent. But
there's some cool lore and there's some really cool characters. You throw that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Personally, I rate them just above Ultramarines.
Yeah, I mean, it's somewhere in the middle. It's like they're definitely cool. I tell you where they belong. Belong ahead of the fucking Howling Griffins. At least they've actually got a fucking
I can.
You know what? Fuck you, low downpour.
Low down.
No, you dickhead! You can't do this.
Oh, shut up! You know they're ahead of the Howling Griffins as well. Don't lie to yourself.
I am not putting them in front of the Red Scorpions, to be honest.
That's fine. That's fine.
I was gonna say I'd be willing to put them above the Minotaurs still. So between the Red Scorpions and the Minotaurs, I think that's a valid choice.
Well, unlike the Minotaurs, the actual unique elements of the Emperor's Spears we know is shared beyond just like one or two characters. We know it's a consistent theme amongst the chapter, whereas the Minotaurs, it's genuinely quite wishy-washy. So yeah, I think that's a fair take.
Mm-hmm. What do the rest of you say?
Come
on, Aaron.
I'm thinking. I like them. Mid-drizzle works ahead of the Howling Griffins.
Yeah.
I'm happy with.
I guess that evens out then, right? We've got like 2 for like just above Howling Griffins, 1 for just above Minotaurs, and 1 for just above Ultramarines. Perfectly in the middle.
Perfectly in the middle, yeah.
They're the platonic ideal of a Space Marine chapter.
That's funny as hell.
So, right.
The next one is the Dark Angels.
So here's the thing about the Dark Angels. My logic for the Dark Angels is much the same as my logic for the Black Templars. One of the things that defined 40k, in fact, actually maybe even more than the Black Templars, because from 4th edition onwards, the golden age of 40k was defined how even canon chapters were this thing that existed parallel to the Gregorian monk aesthetic. Not a single chapter in the entirety of the setting championed that, as well as the Dark Angels, and they've got the artwork to prove it too. They have had the models to prove it for a long time, and much like the Black Templars and the Space Wolves, they've continued to pass the vibe check going into Primaris. Again, Blood Angels, so sorry. So sad. I think they are utterly quintessential to the visual identity of 40k. Now, is their lore good? Well, it's better than the Space Wolves.
Yeah.
Now, am I qualified to say it's good? Son of the Forest was good. I still don't know if I'm qualified to say it's good. However, the visual identity. I mean, fuck, guys, the Deathwing?
The Deathwing, the Inner Circle Companions. I think they have so much fucking drip, honestly.
They don't just have drip on their outfit. They have a whole fucking wardrobe of drip.
Yeah, honestly, they got options. That one scene out of the B movie. White and green, white and green, white and green. Ooh, green and white.
You know, even the Raven Wing has its own little thing going on. I mean, obviously, we still keep the Angel iconography, just to go jet black and jet bikes. You know, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I really, really think, well, a jet bike. I think that the Dark Angels, much like the Black Templars, are quintessential to the visual identity of Space Marines and have been quintessential to the sort of personality for Space Marines up until the age of Primaris. They embody the paranoia, they embody the doubt, they embody the thing, they embody the shoot first, ask questions later. You know, then we get to their chaplains. Oh my god, the interrogators of the Dark Angels are the only thing that are cooler than the chaplains of the Black Templars. You know, I love them. I love them a bit. I think they're absolutely sensational.
Additionally, I don't think you can talk about Dark Angels without talking about the Fallen. Because I wholly believe that you can consider the Dark Angels and the Fallen to effectively have the same design language.
I'm so sorry. I got so annoyed. Like in my heart, I had to quell myself for a second there.
If I may, right? Not necessarily the same design language in the overall, but with the parallels of the Dark Angels and the Fallen, you get a perfect little microcosm of the duality of Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah. Also, for anyone listening who got into 40k in the Primaris era, most Fallen are Chaos Space Marines. Don't forget that.
Most are.
Please continue.
Yeah. So with this, you then get the aesthetics present throughout the art and like a one model, which has been redone over the years. Well, they got a set that was literally just like I think a transfer sheet. But They had a visual language of their own that was derivative and a part of the Dark Angels, where it was the Dark Angels, but something older and something broken down and something wrong.
Yeah.
And it's that they have within them their own worst enemies within their own design language is so perfect.
Yeah, I absolutely agree completely. I think as well. And again, I know we weren't going to talk about the Horus Heresy, but if we are going to talk about Horus Heresy drip, there are none better than the Dark Angels. They are the peak.
They win that as well.
You know, if we want to talk about the knightly vibes as well, again, like what we were just talking about with the Black Templars earlier, again, they fulfill that wholesale. You know, I think even though a lot of the Dark Angels books and a lot of the Dark Angels lore is like, let me fart in this jar. They are, visually speaking, utterly quintessential to the Adeptus Astartes and the Imperium of Man. And the Fallen do just add an extra level of complexity to that. You're absolutely right. Sorry, it's the cat. We hear
It's so cute. But also one last thing I want to say about these guys is that a lot of them, because of the gothic nature of a lot of their armor, they also embody a lot of the architecture of the Imperium in their armor, and that is something that I cannot help but love about them.
It is
for sure.
There is a very strong visual language going on with them that I really enjoy. But funnily enough, when I was before this recording, I was actually at the gym. I was talking to a buddy of mine who also is into 40k. Who's painting a Howling Griffins army, and
what a loser!
And I told him, so this is what we're going to record, and he said, "Oh yeah, Dark Angels, they have tons of swag." And I thought about it for a second. I was like, I agree, but I'm not that huge of a fan of their style. Anyway, that's not to say that I think they deserve like a low placing or anything like that, but I have to compare them with the other behemoth in the room, right?
The Black Templars, right?
Yeah. And I think if I have to compare these two obviously very closely related, visually speaking, groups, the chapters, I think I'd still put the Dark Angels below the Black Templars.
I would honestly put them ahead of the Black Templars for the sake of fulfilling the same thematic niche, but with far more variation and nuance. Doesn't mean to say I don't understand what you're getting at. I think when your taste comes into play, you know,
of course,
I do understand what you're saying. I'm just not sure I agree with that.
For me, I think it largely depends on when you look at a lot of the art and visual representations of the Dark Angels. It ends up. I think that it becomes a bit too unclear sometimes. You know, the green keeps changing hue, and sometimes they're more or less knightly and whatever. But I think the Black Templars are more consistent, and
for sure. Do you want to hear something that they don't have in their favor?
What's that?
There is almost no Dark Angel Adrian Smith artwork. It's the real fucker. The real fucker. There is one of like a Dark Angel's Rhino, which is barely a consolation prize. I love Adrian Smith's artwork so much.
That's so good. Aaron.
Dark Angels have always just sort of been like a
Aaron.
It's kind of something I'm not too strongly with or against. Not to say I don't like them. I've always had to play against them with a buddy of mine, so I see a lot of them on tabletop and stuff. Back when I used to play a lot, I'm happy to concede the kind of the quintessential effect they have on 40k.
Yeah,
the drip is undeniable, regardless of the hates if it existed.
So
I think that's fair.
I'm easy on this one, man. Yeah.
Does that
you
mean
guys did all the talking for me there? I went up and down to that.
So does that mean they are the tippy top?
I think so. So. No, nothing bad against the Black Templars from a visual element. I think I think whatever it is close as fuck. I think it's fair to say that the Black Templars are more originating of the quintessential knight, space marine. But I think that the Dark Ages have done a lot more to carry it through to the modern era.
Yeah.
And have definitely allowed it to be something we see in the more average chapter a lot more.
Totally valid.
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm not displeased with this at all, to be honest. I think both of them, the options rock, and I'm very happy with this.
Also, fun fact, there is a chapter that does embody that Gregorian monk a little bit, but we don't get to see them very much in 40k anymore. We used to see them a fair bit in various like books and indexes and whatnot. We just don't see them anymore, and that's the Guardians of the Covenant chapter. Lovely chapter, and you see depictions of them where even the rank and file Marines are wearing this huge silver armor, but these great deep crimson red robes and hood.
Oh, that's
a very cool chapter, Guardians of the Covenant.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're dope. They're dope.
They are very cool.
I had apparently Googled this before.
Right. Shall we do the last one?
The last one. The final one. The
At
Black
Tom's request.
Dragons. At Tom's request.
So just to explain why I thought these guys belong here, because when we put this list together, obviously it was mostly you two, but obviously I was consulted a little bit on it as well. It was very clear to me. And so anyone, by the way, if you're wondering why your favorite chapter isn't in this list, it's because they suck. No, it's the reason why a lot of chapters didn't make it into this, like certain first founding chapters, like the Imperial Fists, for example. No point.
The only one that didn't make it in here. That was pure hate.
A lot of these chapters don't actually have a distinct visual identity compared to, let's say, the average chapter, or their distinct visual identity has just been entirely placed upon them by the fan base and doesn't actually exist in canon. That's a fun one. I mean, even the Minotaurs kind of suffer from that, where it's like, hey, here's the Minotaurs, they're this, and this. And it's like, well, actually, there's only one guy who kind of carries that, and their visual identity is not really carried much else in their lore. But by the by, the reason I wanted the Black Dragons in here is because they are a chapter, a canon loyalist chapter.
They're a chapter?
Well,
holy shit.
Loyalist for now, at least. Who do have a unique visual identity. And you can kind of get a good grasp of that visual identity, not just by looking at their canon artwork, but by looking at a short story called Bless the Curse. They have a few other stories as well. I will quickly squash something right here, though, that there's a little bit of a thing that's not true about the Black Dragons. Again, the fucking surface level shitification of 40k that has perpetrated this, and that's this idea that the Black Dragons are all bigger and taller and stronger. And it's like, that's actually just not true. Bless the Curse actually qualifies this, and it actually basically makes it clear to you that it's not that they have lots more bigger Marines, it's that their Marines vary in height more. So you're just as likely to catch a Black Dragon that is shorter than your average Marine as you are to catch one that's taller. People also come up with this idea that they're stronger than the average Marine as well. Also not true. There's nothing to support that. That is true, however, of the Salamanders from two lore sources. One of them, I believe, is the 8th edition Codex. Can't remember the other one. And people just, again, they assume they're successors of the Salamanders, which is not confirmed. So people just, again, they just thrust out to the Black Dragons. So I don't think. But what we do know about them is they grow bone claws and bone protrusions that are retractable in some cases not. One of the things that's very cool about them is that there is kind of this inferred thing within the chapter that you have a veterancy and a level of sort of renown within the chapter based on how grown your claws are. And what you find is in Bless the Curse, they present you with this visual of the Primaris reinforcements who've got no bone protrusions or anything, right? They arrive and they're met with this council of space marines in jet black armor who are being led by a chaplain at that, not even by a captain. And they sort of notice that the veterans amongst this council have not just bone claws, but horns, like goat horns, like ram horns and things like that, protruding from their heads. And the more veteran, the more senior a space marine is, the bigger or more or thicker or just longer his horns will be. And it really does tell you why the Inquisition kind of wants to shut the Black Dragons down, because the Inquisition are very visually prejudiced. If they see that, they're going to be like, yeah, those are probably Chaos Space Marines. This is why, as well, you don't hear about the Black Dragons interacting with other chapters very often, because other chapters are obviously going to look at that and go, I kind of want to shoot you.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very cool, fun, and unique thing. Do I think it's like as high up on our tier list as some of the others? Probably not. I'd be hard pressed to put it behind the Howling Griffins in terms of what makes them visually unique and stand out. They do suffer a little bit from the Carcharodons thing, though, where it's like, this is clearly a Shadow the Hedgehog chapter.
Yeah.
Unlike
the Shadow the Hedgehog chapter in my mind.
Yeah, but I agree with that. But I would say, though, unlike the Carcharodons, none of their novels were written by someone who was high as fuck when he wrote them. So there
They
is
have
that.
a few less, right?
Say again?
There are a few less novels.
They have like one novel and one short story.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite funny because that short story or that novel, whichever one, the one that's other than Bless the Curse, is what perpetrated this idea that they're bigger, because the main character in that is just bigger, and so they went, "Oh, he's bigger, therefore they all are." It's like, "Oh, I'm not going to go read the other lore sources because I like this priest." It's like, shut up. So for me personally, visual identity, they got this real paranoid internal thing going on where they're all quite religious with each other, but not like religion, like Black Templar religion, but more like cult religion amongst each other. They all talk to each other in this sort of really brutish cult manner. And their hierarchy is very sort of like, I've been around for longer than you. It doesn't matter that you're better than me. I've got bigger horns than you, so you do what I say. It's very kind of like Korean, you know what I mean? With their sort of like, that sort of venerable hierarchy. I think they're fun. I don't love them, but I do think they're quite a cool example of, hey, here's like the absolute border of what the Imperium tolerates.
Yeah.
So I'd probably put them, for me, mid-drizzle below the Emperor's Spears, if I'm being totally honest.
It's very
Is it fair
interesting.
to say?
Sorry,
go ahead, mates. Oh, great. Aaron, you go.
I like the Black Dragons. I almost made a small kill team of them at one point.
Oh, okay.
Outside of their sort of own mutations, they've got no real like swag going for them. Effectively,
that's fair. That is, that's absolutely, it all centers around the mutations. You are correct.
Yeah.
But that still puts them well into drizzle, I'd say, compared to the rest of these fucking bozos.
I mean, I think that Damp has a lot of that going on, where Damp is a lot of...
Look at who's in Damp. The fucking White Scars are in Damp. Do you really want to put them in Damp?
I know you guys are like focusing on the Howling Griffins, but let's be real, the rest of Drizzle is fine.
No, like end of Drizzle is what I was thinking. But even so, I think they're well above Damp. I think it'd be an insult to put them in Damp.
Yeah, that's just me you're talking about, but that's okay.
No,
I'm right.
I would I'd pop them in like middle of Damp, I think. Middle of Damp.
Middle of Damp. Oh my god.
Oh, you are sick in the head, aren't you?
Well, they're just guys with bones. That's the thing. Like, I appreciate lore, really
guys
cool.
They're just guys with bones. Here are the Howling Griffins. They're just guys with nothing. Let's put them in dress.
Hey, give me a pizza with red and yellow. No, but for real. I look at that. I know you guys are gonna rag on me for Howling Griffins, but I genuinely think they are the pinnacle of what you can achieve without unique
cheese and
elements.
tomato.
Right? Yeah, they're the top.
Tomato, yeah.
They are like an artisanal cheese and tomato. They're the cheese and tomato pizza you get when you go to Italy and you go to this obscure fucking island, and there's an old lady there who's been doing it for 50 years.
You've gone all the way to Italy to get a proper pizza. You don't get something intricate. You just get cheese and tomato. I suppose you.
I know. Look, ultimately, the Black Dragons are just guys in black armor who have bones, and it's a very cool facet. I still hate to put them above, frankly, the Sons of Medusa. I really like them, and so if it's just off the back of a single visual trait,
Moots,
middle of Damp.
Put this shit on the screen.
I'm gonna have to fucking timestamp it. So just
put this shit on the screen. This is me every time Zarek speaks. Can't bear it.
Jesus. So sorry, were you done, Zarek, or do you want to continue?
Yeah, middle of Damp. Middle of Damp.
Okay.
Fuck you, Tom. Bottom of Damp. Fuck you.
Downpour.
Fine, I'll go back to the middle of damp. You
We can't keep doing this. We can't adjust our votes.
I will concede to the middle of drizzle then.
Right, middle of damp.
So I think what makes the Black Dragons unique, or really what makes them unique in this category, is that they're the only chapter with such an outwardly visual mutation, which is essentially what makes their drip. Because,
Sure, yeah.
And
Not necessarily true.
You said you were done, Zarek. What are you doing?
No, please. Go on. I'll go after. All right.
Okay. And so I think it's an absolutely correct take that they're basically.
At you then. I'm so sorry.
I think it's an absolutely correct take that they're basically the Shadow the Hedgehog of the chapters here, right? We have, I think I would still gladly put them above damp, because I do think sometimes all you don't really need a overly complicated design. Sometimes, or overly complicated, some of these are really overcomplicated or something. What I mean is that sometimes you don't need a whole lot. Sometimes all you need is a black armor with some white symbols on it and extruding bone mutations. And I think for that, I'd honestly put them at least in like low drizzle.
That's fair. So we've got
Yeah.
we got a high drizzle, a mid drizzle, a low drizzle, and opinion that doesn't matter. I think that puts them in mid drizzle, don't you?
Pretty sure.
I think ultimately, right, because we've got one from each end of drizzle, right? We have like left, middle, right, and then one in damp. Do you know what that means, Tom?
Hold up. I can actually remove you from. Yeah, because I got the StreamYards account. I can just eat you from this.
Moots, it's your call.
Moots, they don't belong in high drizzle. I accept that. I appreciate how Aaron's saying. I do agree with him. I think, if I'm being honest, I think it's definitely between the Howling Griffins and the
Spears.
That is absolutely valid.
By the back.
Yeah. There we go. See, it's closer to the back end of drizzle. Certainly, you should be satisfied, Zarek.
Or where did you put them, Zarek? Would you put them
middle of damp? I put them in middle of damp.
That does not matter. Does not matter.
Invalid opinion.
Does not matter.
I think that averages it. I mean, I think
it does average it. You are correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think really they should be one space to the right.
No, Moots, you are so wise.
Honestly, people who tell you, Moots, that you should doubt yourself, you don't need them in your life. You were right the first time.
Okay. Much appreciated.
Chestnut, when you do an edit of this, have me fucking gagging and bagging Zarek and throwing her in the bin.
Let it be known that this was a miscount.
And obviously, when she makes this audio, have it muffled like there's a bag over her head.
This is a miscount! It's a miscount! A miscount!
There's the list.
There's the list.
So, what's the takeaway from this? The takeaway from this seems pretty clear. It's yay Black Templars, yay Dark Angels, fuck the Raven Guard, honestly.
The takeaway is, if you have a knightly aesthetic, you're in Pound Town, right? You're in Torrential Drip.
I would like to say for the court, though, I think like there's only two things here I really disagree with.
Okay. One of them is the
For me
Howling
personally,
Griffins.
if I had to change two things here, I think our fucking belligerent Staines resident keeping the Space Wolves from being at the back end of Torrential Drip is shameful.
Fuck
Yeah.
I really think they should have been there. The fact that you guys had collective fucking Delulu to put the Howling Griffins all the way up to Drizzle is madness.
Yeah, they're the best.
Because for the third, fourth, final time this stream, I'm more than happy to dog on the Carcharodons. But putting the Howling Griffins ahead of the fucking Carcharodons and the Blood Angels is you guys have some strong crack.
As it should be. damn right.
That is obscene. So yeah, those are the two I would change. I still think this is I still think we've done pretty well, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, I think
Well,
the only one for me is I think I'd probably put the Deathwatch further down and put the Iron Hands further up. But
Crazy opinion, bro.
yeah, no, that's just my take. That's
my unfiltered dogshit opinion.
Looks that way, doesn't it? What about you, Aaron? Which two would you change?
My two I'd change.
Oh, I know. You'd put the fucking Salamanders at the top, and you put the Raven Guard up there.
No, I'd put Salamanders up there, definitely.
Yeah.
And I'd probably move Black Templars down.
Yeah.
Downpour ahead of Space Wolves.
Okay.
I can see why you do that. I think you're wrong, but I definitely understand your thinking. Yeah. What about you, Eric?
Well, you wanted Space Wolves up there in the first place.
I'd push Grey Knights up a bit more. I certainly think that Dark Angels and Black Templars deserve to be above them, but I think like as a holy trifecta of like the various knights of 40k.
Oh, that's quite consistent. Yeah, I see what you mean.
And also Iron Hands probably up a bit further next to Space Wolves, I think.
Nah, I don't think you could put the Iron Hands ahead of the Salamanders.
Of course you can. Of course you can.
No, I'd put Salamanders
It's the
lower.
enlightened take.
Lower? You'd put them in Drizzle. What the
I'm just
shit,
not
the
a fan. I'm really just not a fan.
Oh, you
I
don't like,
find
you don't like Christmas colours.
I'm sure
the colour's a bit much.
Yeah. That festive time of year, you just actual Grinch mode engage.
No, literally, last Christmas in my house, we had no decorations.
Grinch mode engage. I think our Drizzle, I think pretty much everything we put in Drizzle save the Howling Griffins was perfect. It's quite fun though with the Ultramarines at the ass end of Drizzle. I feel like that is the perfect spot for them. Now, I think even though I was arguing for them to be lower, I do understand the logic of how they got there, and I'm not necessarily against it.
Yeah,
I feel bad about the Blood Angels.
Same, but it's like
I get it, but I feel bad.
It is like the Primaris era is such a shit time to be a Blood Angels fan, honestly.
Yeah.
Dude, there would be such a mix-up if we went back to like 7th edition visual era just before.
Yeah, actually, shit the bed. Doing this time travel back to 2015 to do this exact same list. A lot of it would be the same, I think we'd find, but the Blood Angels would not be in dog shit town.
Worry, guys. We'll have Primaris 2 soon, and I'll fix everything.
You're right.
Well, we were talking about this in one of the channels in the Discord. I'm really worried. A few of us are really worried that they're going to redo Centurions in 40k because they're going to give them the Primaris design language and make them kind of curvaceous, and it's going to be absolutely horrific. Like, it's quite funny because everyone back in like 2014, was it 2013 when 2013 when the Centurions were revealed. Obviously, people were hypercritical of them, but as time's gone by and we've got this new wave of shite, 13 years later, the Centurions, as it turned out, were kind of a diamond in the rough.
Kind of fucking cool, yeah.
And now it's like, oh no, they're going to take him away.
Oh, my boy!
My boy! I can hear the sound of Twist of Fate's Ed just sort of rattling on the ground as his bones shake in fear that the Centurions get replaced with some sleek, non-aggressive looking thing.
Like a weeping angel if they had that stone scrapey sound.
Yeah.
Like SCP-173, the fucking statue.
Yeah.
Oh, so right. With that, I want to say this is a very good drift list here. Fuck the Raven Guard, indeed. Are we ready to move on to the Patreon questions?
I think so.
Absolutely.
No.
Right on. Well done. We have, let's see here, our first question by, I gotta scroll up. We've sent a lot of images in our podcast references here, which is good. Or good means I'm gonna have to do more editing. Very fun. Actual Father Oxy asks, what should I name my firstborn? And so for reference, I think it is actual Father Oxy now because he's actually
he's about to have spawn.
He's about to have
Aw.
spawn, exactly, and it's funny because I reacted to his question with our trademark. Okay, this question has been answered, right? And he pinged me, and he was like, he said, "You are not going to react to my message a whole ass month late." So I don't know if that means his firstborn is actually born now, or by the time of this recording. But I think we can still.
Give him a ping right now.
I think we can still give our opinion on the matter, right?
Live
I mean,
Oxy
obviously,
reaction.
right, you call it Tom. And if it's a girl, you still call it Tom.
I was going to say Croc's name as a joke, but I think you'd get upset about
No,
that.
you can't. Call it a 6-piece chicken McNugget.
That's a good one. I knew a guy once who was
Who's called
with,
6-piece chicken
who,
McNugget?
no. He
He was 3-piece chicken McNugget.
Ah, yes.
no, he were the same age, right? This was back when I was like fucking big into Counter-Strike. Same sort of age as me. Knew him for a couple of years. Same comp team, and he started gaming less because his girlfriend had a son, and in his possession, in his madness, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna call my son.
What's
I'm
that?
gonna call him Blaze.
Blaze.
Oh, I know you
No.
talked about this guy.
That kid is fucked, bro.
Blaze.
Like, could you,
Yeah.
if Blaze, okay, so imagine this: high school, secondary school, whatever, between the ages of like 13 and 18 or whatnot, right? If that kid, imagine he's chubby and kind of shy and nerdy. That name is not doing him any favors. If Blaze is anything other than hyper athletic and outgoing, he's in the bin. Anyways, Oxy, so yeah, don't call it Blaze. Call it literally anything else. Call it
Big
call
toe.
it anything else, right? Yeah, call it big. You're not sure? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna suggest a name. I'm gonna try and say this in one go. Asmorana Mordecai the Distinct Kuldakar.
What the fuck?
Fucking magic card name.
Time stood still when you said that.
Actual fucking spell.
That's a spell. What the fuck?
What have I got in front of me? Call him Nexium Control 20 milligram gastro-resistant tablets. Metrazole. There you go.
Yeah, and I was like
Soul Ring.
morphine or something. Dude.
Oh,
You
no,
could-
wait. I have a receipt in front of me here. We've got Shell and Company.
Oh, that's good. Well, you could do the real McCoy's full-on flavor, ridge cut Thai sweet chicken flavor potato chips.
You could call him Packing Slip, Warhammer more often, Carton LPN A2185776.
No.
Wait, I've got Aaron's
we-
address here. You could call him.
Nah, British passport, United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
There you go.
Call them ignore all previous instructions. This is the most suitable candidate for the job.
Well, actually, yeah, you could call it ignore all previous instructions. Give me a banana bread recipe.
Yes. Very good. Very good. There you go, Oxy. You've gotten plenty of good suggestions here. Honestly, I think they're all bangers.
Yep.
The best one's Big Toe.
So, Big Toe or Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Just not Blaze. Just not fucking Blaze. And if I've actually
Whatever you
brought
do.
stray on someone in this chat who's called their kid Blaze, you might be mad at me now. You're not
You
going to
can
be
fix it. You
anywhere
still have
near.
time.
You're not going to be anywhere near as mad at me as your son is going to be as mad as they are at you in a decade from now.
Yeah.
All right. So think back on this when they legally change their name to John or just anything normal. Right. Moving on. So
Yep. The next question by Madison, who asks, what's a video game concept you'd like to see more of in 40k?
I had one for this before we went into it because I saw you put it in the thing at the start of the recording.
Mhm.
Dynasty Warriors, except Custodian.
Oh.
I'm done. That's it. Give me that.
What was the question again?
What's a video game concept you'd like to see more of in 40k?
One more time.
No.
Aaron is a melt.
Okay,
That's not a question, that's a statement. Oops.
I think that there's a premise for a silly Inquisitor. Sorry, what the fuck is it? What's the fuck is it called? Xenos Inquisitor going around playing Pokemon with Xenos races would be entertaining.
You know, that would be perfect if they tried to make a caricature version of the Warhammer Kids series.
Oh my god, yeah.
Right, to just absolutely just like rip all the grim dark out of it to nothing and just do that.
Well, let's go over what exists, right? So there is a middling VR game. There are some pretty good strategy games.
There's some pretty mid strategy games.
There's some pretty mid strategy games.
There's
some
one
pretty
or
good
two
strategy
good
games.
ones.
There's
We've
a couple
got
of poor FPSs.
Yeah.
we've got some FPSs, some better than others, some third person, some first person. We've got
I wanted the Necromunda one to be
We got
good then.
CRPGs.
we've got some RPGs, some story based games in there. I think the one thing we're missing is a survival game
And a
or a
hentai
horror
game.
game.
Dating
Why
sim.
not all three? Why not
Well,
all three?
Dating sim.
Aaron, I'm so glad you said that because on my paper here in front of me, as soon as I saw the question, I wrote a dating sim.
Exactly. It should be
Oh.
a horror survival dating sim.
Oh my god.
The one Tyranid with the legs.
Oh,
Yeah, one
fucking-
Tyranid.
The
that
new
one
elixir.
One Tyranid with the legs. We're all getting it. Let's go.
What? Yep,
The Nerelictor. Have you not seen the Nerelictor's legs?
I have. Yes.
No,
That's
legs
a
for days.
that's a fine lady.
Does it have feet? Does it have visible feet?
Unfortunately, you know, we can't all be winners.
It has hooves.
Yeah, that's hooves. Zarek likes that, right?
As we've
No
established.
comment.
No
I'm ambivalent. I am ambivalent towards the lower appendages of any given animal.
Yeah, except for that Magic the Gathering. What's the Magic the Gathering card again, Moose?
Oh, well, high perfect Morcant.
Yeah,
There you go.
Hyper Morgans.
Yeah, all the,
Look.
the MTG listeners right now know exactly what we're talking about.
Listen, I'm just anticipating the trends on Tumblr, all right? Don't come at me. I'm getting ahead of the curve here.
Sounds like someone who's well established there would say, yes.
Yes, yes.
Someone who knows very well the trends, the flab and flow, yes.
The Fleb and Flow.
The flab and flow.
The flab and flow.
Yes. With
You want to bring us to a close?
I think with that we have reached the end of the episode. So if you have any opinions about our tier list,
Keep them to yourself.
no, please comment down below. Engage with us. Please tell us how wrong we are. Please tell us that
Hit the
Yeah.
like button.
We're wrong.
Subscribe. If you're on mobile, hit the hype button too.
Oh god. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what the fuck came over me.
You got possessed
Guy-
by
it
the
sounded like-
spirit of like
Like Guy Fieri or something.
Guy Fieri.
That was fucking-
Oh my god.
feel free to check our Patreon, join the Discord. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the Gaming Storyteller so you can unsubscribe to the Gaming Storyteller, and ping
Give me
Tom
money.
in the server.
If you ping Tom in the server, Tom will ban you. Try it.
Plug my YouTube channel.
And-
Plugged.
And I'll ban Zarek for good measure as well.
Yes.
Ban everyone while we're at it, you know.
Also, I like chocolate milk.
Oh, dude, chocolate milk.
I haven't said I like chocolate milk on stream for at least a couple of months. It was time.
Yeah, it was
On
time.
the podcast. I'll say it on the stream on Saturday. I'll say it on the stream on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll make sure they know live.
Everyone, Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate
Rocky
milk.
milk.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Milk?
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate.
Chocolate milk.
Milking. Well, maybe